in the matchbox. Put scammies off of laptops, for rackies till my shit pop. Don't treat it like a pit stop or you might get your shit rocked. The flies where they kick rock, so nigga watch your snot box. The dine is always tip top, just blame it on pure hip hop. My niggas know I've been high. I used to hit the hood and pray for knots, then hit the block with blueprint in the speaker box. I know it's cold, but the block's hot, and dirty waters like the copper, will it ever stop? This fly city state of mind, while a nigga only grind, cause I saw my nigga shine, but then he caught a 3 to 9 for total straps at the Coney, and plus the ops on get back, so you know I got it on me.
Fuckin' with my block, this shit gets dangerous. Fuckin' with my block, these clowns don't hang with us. Fuckin' with my block, we stay on duty. We outside, but nigga, it's a movie. Yeah. Fuckin' with my block, these clowns don't hang with us. Fuckin' with my block, we stay on duty. We outside, my nigga, it's a movie. I'm from the block with niggas, chase figures. We Mr. Homies is dead, we pour liquor. You dudes goofy like John Ritter. Nutcrackers from summer to winter. From the projects they call Murder Hill. You get body and they got the burner still. Don't forget the arcade and the pizza shop. Camping out the Dr. J's when sneakers drop. 4th of July, you hear the guns pop. Got it from the back of the trunk, not gunshots. Looking for the dude with the bud on the corner. People start wilding out when weather's warmer. Hard to find a regular job that pays good. Main reason why dudes hustle in the hood. Shell shock from these cops that act racist. They don't like us, cause our black faces. Locking up innocent dudes that lose cases. These projects is known for their mazes. My block similar to Double Dragon. Right around the corner, the ops stay clashing. It's a passion, we grind for rations. Just imagine the clubs we crashing. Fuckin' with my block, this shit gets dangerous. Fuckin' with my block, these clowns don't hang with us. Fuckin' with my block, we stay on duty. We outside, but nigga, it's a movie. Fuckin' with my block, this shit get dangerous. Fuckin' with my block, these clowns don't hang with us. Fuckin' with my block, we stay on duty. We outside, my nigga, it's a movie.
Let's go. Welcome. You know what I'm saying? Silverback of rappers in the building. You heard me? Yeah. Feeling this already. Time to turn up when I enter the building. Either you fake or do this for a living. Locking down the game like I put it in the prison. It's not a rap career, more like a mission. The shit I spit is always on. Got C4 explosives in my coat. The rap terrorists, I thought you know. These bum motherfuckers just got to go. When it comes to the bars, I'm well trained. Been doing this at a young age. I'm animal outside the cage. Turning the music sharp bait. How much shit I got to take when it comes to the rap game nowadays. Most these bum dudes need to fade. Not the head comes from Stevie J. Clap, clap, that's that. Put him in the net chat. Lyrical chit chat. Bring that track back. Nigga in the tic tac. Smelling like an ass crack. Where's them hoes at? All my nuts at. Guilty. Been a bad influence. With my music showing, proving, legacy pursuing. I'm a mutant that be pooping or your petty moving. Either got your mind thinking or your body moving. Stash a microphone from you and ask what you doing. Am I you the music moving? Got you acting stupid. Still recouping about to lose it off these sticks and juices. Smoke with the Easter Bunny, body slam Cupid. Wait, hold on, wait. Hold on. I'm not even gonna go too crazy, you know what I'm saying? That's some little light. But for the rest of this fucking tour, I'm gonna go fucking ham on your whore. That's what the fuck I'm gonna do to Silverback of rap.
One, two. What it do though? Episode 211, 211. I'm talking about the old-fashioned rap so that y'all know what's happening. We're not gonna waste no time with it. I'm gonna drop the link early. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get straight to it. Ballet was goody. Black Star, what it do though? Always appreciate y'all for pulling up. But definitely let them know, Ballet. Hit that thumbs up. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Hit that thumbs up, bums. Pow! They go the link right there. This dude here. Always need these old school. Why don't you do your own homework, Black Star? Always here pestering people and shit. I'll see you.
Yo, what's goody?
Ain't nothing.
My goodness. I am on the Peacock app right now.
Yeah, I see you over here pestering people about old school pay per views again.
Is that you? I need something to watch. Like I said,
Shit.
2 hours behind right now. Since I'm 2 hours behind, I need something to watch.
Shit, I don't have to be only WWE. You know what I'm saying? Try to switch it up sometimes.
Okay. All right, let me check out.
Oh, that was a goodie. That was a goodie for me. WrestleMania 10. Oh no, that's 5. I'm bugging. That's WrestleMania 5.
All right, let me go with
Shit, watch Asylum Years from TNA or something, or watch Old School Ring of Honor. It depends on it depends on what you like. What are you looking forward to? Like, you want to see some banger matches, or you want some strong storylines? You know what I'm saying? You know, it's different types of criteria, I guess you could say, when it comes.
I think I found one. Heatwave 98 ECW.
I think I just watched that. Oh, was it 99? It was one of those years. I was watching that shit earlier.
Because like that was the one where when Taz did the Kaita Hajime on Bam Bam, and then Bam Bam put Taz through the stage.
Yeah, I think that's because I ain't gonna lie, I had fell asleep. Not because of the pay-per-view per se, but I was just tired. Cody Rhodes is on NXT. So what Cody Rhodes is doing over there, Ballet?
Probably hyping up Trick.
And that's the thing. That's how NXT lost. Well, that's one of the reasons why NXT lost their identity. Because it's like y'all keep bringing these main roster dudes there, and it's cool to once in a while here and there. But remember, Black and Gold didn't need all that shit all the damn time. So
they might beat AEW this week, believe it or not.
Oh yeah, why you say that?
Because tomorrow's game 3 of the finals. There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way Dynamite's gonna beat that.
Yeah, everybody's watching the game. Who's so what's going on with that? Are they tied or who's up 2 games to none?
Boston's up 2-0.
Yeah, I seen Boston, man, from before. They out for blood.
Yeah, they are. Kyrie is struggling in the field right now, shooting 31% in the first 2 games.
Damn. The fuck is
Jason
he?
Tatum?
2 for 10?
No, like 3 for 12.
Yeah, not too far off. Cody was in the ring. Cody was in the ring with Trick. He mentioned AJ Styles.
And
so
Cody's there with absolutely nothing. Cody's on NXT with absolutely nothing going against that. So yeah,
and it's like this is what y'all got to do to pop a rating. What is the point of Cody even being there?
Well, I mean, like right now, and it's not something that needs to. Well, it's going to be something that needs explanation.
What?
And that is, as the TNA people are kind of like their they're siphoning in yet. They're siphoning in to NXT.
Yeah, there's a rumor out there saying that WWE had low key bought TNA like on a low.
No, what they're doing is that they're doing Endeavor is doing what Vince did for Paul Heyman.
Yeah, like, but TNA, if you think of it, TNA always been a feeder system for WWE.
Like he's gonna loan them superstars, give them money, kind of bankroll them.
Yeah,
And
basically
then,
like a beneficiary, something like that.
And then they get a much bigger TV network in NBC Universal, Peacock. And in return, they get all this exposure. Basically, that's what's going to happen.
They got nothing to lose. Fuck
basically.
it. Because it's like, what else? You know, what else can y'all do? Y'all done tried everything. So fuck it.
Yeah, and like right now, I think the network is I forgot their name.
Which network?
The TV network that bought TNA in the first place.
Access.
There you go. Like Access, they don't have that much money, and the people that and the other promotion that Access has is not Stardom, but let me try and search for it real quick because my mind is completely going off the wall right now.
All right. But Bally, what did he mention? What did he mention about AJ? Like, I don't get it. What they trying to have a tag team match on SmackDown or something? As a matter of fact, hold up.
Invicta. Yeah, like Access has Invicta MMA, and Invicta, they're a theater system for the UFC. For a matter of fact, the UFC bought Invicta.
Okay.
So since the UFC bought Invicta, that means that Endeavor owns Invicta.
Oh, okay.
So because of that,
right, they basically under the same umbrella. Basically.
Yeah, they're under the same umbrella, basically.
Right.
So because of that, the people who really own TNA this entire time was Endeavor.
And this was a revelation as of late?
No, I just put A and B together.
Okay.
Like because like out of nowhere, TNA is running out of money. The one company that
I've heard that before.
The one company that can save them is the company that owns Invicta, which is Endeavor.
But it's like, if you think of it, they've been running out of money for years, and they always made it work.
So you loan us money, we give you a network to show your wrestling in. You give us a network to show your wrestling in, we take some of your wrestlers, not permanently, not the way that AEW did New Japan. Just kind of like, we let you borrow some of your wrestlers, give them exposure. Because this whole entire time, and if you guys haven't been watching WWE television, watch the beginning of Raw when Pat McAfee said, "You say his name, he will appear."
Oh, you know what that was for?
Joe Hendry.
That's right. Remember, I said that to you.
Then Big Joseph said the same exact thing. You say her name, she will appear. Talking about Joe Hendry.
But why he said her though? Joe Hendry's a guy.
Because a woman came out. That's why. I think somebody said.
Okay. I know what you mean. I know what
Yeah,
you mean.
yeah.
But yeah, that's his saying. Say his name and he'll appear. I'm telling you,
We
B.
believe in Joe Hendry.
Dun, dun. You hear
But
that in
it
the
looks like
background? Do you hear that in the background?
hear what?
Wait, hold on. It sounds like somebody's tap dancing on a mic. Hold on. Yeah, I think that was me. Wait, hold on. Let me see something real quick.
All right.
That shit was driving me crazy. Like, what the fuck is that? I think the cord is rubbing against each other because this mic is so sensitive, so it picks up almost everything. But that shit was driving me crazy. That's much better now. But what I was gonna say or ask was, isn't these dudes in in Scotland now? Aren't they?
Um,
I thought they was in Scotland on at Raw, not Scotland, but because I
probably on
thought
probably on Wednesday, the SmackDown roster will arrive in Scotland.
yeah, because that's I was thinking about that shit. Given the fact with Cody pulling up to NXT, that's what I was thinking. Like, is it taped or? Because I figured they was already crossed the pond.
No, like on Wednesday, they will be across the pond
Why is this shit-
because because Punk because Punk and Roxanne Perez, they had a little bit of a altercation.
You said Punk and Roxy?
Yeah, Roxy. Yeah,
What CM Punk and Roxy has what happened with that? What happened? What you mean?
because Punk said that like, oh, just show by your wrestling that you're that woman, that you're the best.
Okay.
And then she said, you sound like a hypocrite. And she walked
Wow.
away.
Wait. That she walked away. What was that on when did that happen?
It was after her match, the co-main event on Sunday night at Battleground.
Okay. So all right. So it's like, like give me more context. Like, what made him tell her? What made her tell him that? I mean, what made him tell her that? Like, just wrestle or whatever. What made him tell her that?
Like because he saw Roxy getting more and more cocky because
Oh,
she beat Jordan Grace on Sunday. It was
yeah.
right after the Jordan Grace match. And
Uh, and I agree. I agree with her being cocky because you beat a champion. You beat a champion in another company from another company or
yeah,
promotion. So why not feel yourself?
because
Like
like what this is.
like Punk. Let's really be real. You should be the last one to talk about somebody not being cocky. Just like what she said. You sound like a hypocrite because you've been cocky for your whole career. You call yourself the best in the fucking world. You can't get more cockier than that.
Because like what this is setting up is that it's setting up Punk introducing Julia. Let's say if you beat her, then you really are the best. There's nothing that I can say about that.
I gotta look up this Julia chick because you've been talking a lot about her, but I never really seen anything from her. So I gotta one day just I guess watch some highlights.
But like next time you will see her, and I know you won't be watching because I won't be watching either. Is she will be in Japan? Her and Io Sky. They're gonna be main eventing and co-main eventing. Marigold show in Tokyo
The
Hall.
who show? The Marigold show? What's that?
Marigold. That's Rossi's new promotion.
Okay.
Julia's facing.
No, I be liking when wrestlers do that shit. Like, they'll be wrestling, but they still open up a school. So, they passing on the knowledge and what I mean, that's what's up. 'Cause
Julia is
who
facing.
better to get it from? Like, who better to get the knowledge from? Like, from a person that's already, on the grind, that's on the grind as they speak. You know what I'm saying? She's active right now. It's not like she's retired and she's already doing her own thing. So it's not like she's gonna try to take your shine, what may have you. Like I guess you could say a little bit like what Becky Lynch had going on with that Valkyria chick.
She's actually very good.
Yeah, I've seen she's cool. You know what I mean? She's so far she looks I mean, like she could go, but
Like I like that white shears. Like her
like
white
three,
shears self-submission.
Oh, that's how you spell her name? Like that? You spell her name like Giles from Street Fighter? Julia. I never make me. Oh, damn, fucked it up.
but Julia's wrestling in her last match in Japan.
And was that Stardom?
She was at Stardom before, but she's now with Rossi's new promotion.
Okay. And well, so Roxy, you said Rossi or Roxy?
Rossi.
Oh, I thought you said Roxy from before. That's what I was talking about.
No.
Like,
No.
Because there do be some wrestlers that'll still be, that'll still open up a wrestling school, even though they're signed. Like for instance, like look at like Booker. Booker was still, he wasn't active, but I guess you would say he was like part-timing. And when he
opened up Reality of Wrestling.
Right.
And back then it was a 14-year-old Roxy.
Okay.
Who trained under Booker T.
Oh, so she came from Reality of Wrestling.
Yeah.
Okay. Like I didn't even know the Usos came from Reality of Wrestling too.
Yeah, the Usos, Jacob Fatu, Zilla Fatu. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Because Roman came from FCW. Solo came from don't know.
Solo. Last time I think he's homegrown. Solo. I think he's a homegrown talent. WWE.
Oh, okay. So he solely came from NXT. Okay.
Yeah. He definitely came from NXT. That's definitely. He was the remember he was a North American champion at the time.
Yeah, he was. But the person who convinced Rossi, the Japanese promoter, was Triple H. Triple H told him, hey, like you're supplying all these wrestlers, why don't you go on your own?
Ballet said Rikishi trained Solo.
Makes sense.
That's his that's his son too, right? Or his nephew?
His kid.
That's his son. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I forgot. Yeah, they all brothers. I keep forgetting. All the motherfuckers is related. That's why it'd be so confusing. Like, oh, that's your brother? No, that's my cousin. Okay, so y'all cousins? No, that's my brother. God damn it!
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, he the baby. I knew Solo was the baby. Yeah, I knew that much.
Yeah, Rikishi has 4 kids. One of them doesn't wrestle.
Shit, that's what's up. He probably figured like, look, man, I ain't no damn wrestler. That's y'all thing. I won't be surprised if him and Rikishi had a back and forth. Like, you're gonna wrestle like your family. You're gonna carry on the family business. Right.
Get into the family business.
You're gonna rub your asses on people's faces and make that money. Damn it.
What up, TKO?
What's happening?
What's going on?
Yeah, what up, Toph?
Yo.
But the interesting
Why did you
part,
use that one? You might as well use the other thumbnail, the Goodfellas Roundtable thumbnail, the edited one.
Yo, I'm on my phone right now.
No, you good.
that's government Toph.
Government Toph.
Government stuff. Wow. Never heard that.
What was going on, y'all? I'm happy y'all pulled up, B.
I'm just eating tacos right now, but yeah.
Taco Tuesday, B. Nice.
Yeah,
Yo,
man.
you fucks. you fucks better have your passport ready.
My passport
yeah.
ready. My passport ready.
Oh yeah, Clash is Saturday.
Exactly. Because I am not. Go do fucking customs by my fucking self.
But so it starts at 2 o'clock on my time. I think like 2 in the afternoon.
Yeah,
I don't fucking know.
That's
it does.
around what,
It
12?
starts at 2. It starts at 2 o'clock for me. So yeah.
So yeah, so it starts at 1 o'clock for me then. If it starts at 2 for TKO.
Like you said, 2, right? So it's 11. Fuck.
Yeah, it's what you 3 hours behind who the Midwest or the East Coast.
The East Coast.
So yeah. So it starts at 1 for me. Shit, I was gonna go watch Bad Boys on Saturday.
I don't know. You can get a afternoon or what let me see here. Like a late night, I guess. I don't know. Fuck it.
Yeah. I'll fuck around. Just go after class. Just go
Okay.
and check out Bad Boys. Heard that shit is real good too.
I'm so glad that midnight releases are so dead for gaming. I hated that shit when I was young. Not sure if anybody did that. I never understood like midnight releases. It's like, all right, you stand in a long ass line full of people that smell like ass and cigarettes. You get your game at like fucking 1:45 a.m. in the morning. You drive home. By the time you get back, it's like 2:15. You're too fucking tired to even install the game, much less play it. You put it in your console, you pass out. Next thing you know, it's like 7 a.m. in the morning. Meanwhile, some fresh motherfucker woke up, got a good sleep, good rest, had his breakfast, took a shower. He gets up, and his shit's just fucking mailed to him by fucking FedEx or UPS or some shit. Or better yet, how about you just digitally download the game, dumbass, and just have it straight in your fucking console? I never understood midnight releases for like a game. I never got that shit. I'm so glad that shit's dead.
But
all these people smoked with cigarettes.
Ballet said was good, y'all. TKO and Toph. She said what's going on.
Hey, what's up, Ballet?
But real quick, congratulations to Christian McCaffrey. Got the Madden cover.
Okay, I don't know who that is, but
Running back for the
isn't
49ers.
that shit a curse? Like, isn't that where the curse started from? Being on the cover of a Madden?
Yep, which means the 49ers are fucked. And I'm happy about that.
It's like the only like it happened on NBA, it happened on the NFL. I think the only time it didn't happen is like on WWE covers. Matter of fact, I think so too. I think on WWE covers, motherfuckers get injured after that shit. I could be wrong.
No. The Madden curse is probably the freakiest curse of all time. I remember.
Yeah, that's where it came from. It came from Madden, right?
I remember when Eddie George was on the cover. He didn't even get past week fucking 1 until he got hurt, and the Titans missed the playoffs.
There is a rumor. As a matter of fact, I think we talked about this last year on the Roundtable. There's a myth that's been going on for a number of years that correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't fuck with wrestling games, but didn't WWE have a gaming series called Raw versus SmackDown?
Yeah.
The rumor and myth is that the original cover was supposed to be on Benoit. That's what I've always heard.
I heard about that too.
I heard about it, but I didn't.
Apparently, to the data miners out there, the game has been data mined, and there are files of Benoit in the game. So
there are files of him, but as far as like community downloads, like downloading him from like creative sites, yeah, they did flag that.
No,
but I didn't even know that you could do that shit. Like I was watching, I think it was King Leo. I think it was King Leo stream or his people's streams, and they was playing 2K24 or whatever, and they had downloaded people from wrestlers from TNA on there and stuff. I'm like, yo, how the hell did you do that?
Yeah, that's a community download.
Yeah, the community curation. I never knew you could do that.
What?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I never knew. I thought you could just, you create a character. They have like the move set and the outfits. I thought, you know what I'm saying?
But it does fuck with the game, man. game
Yeah,
in
you could.
unspeakable ways.
Yeah, man. You could do both. You could create them, or you could download them because other people create them and they upload. That's how. That's how they do it.
Oh, that's
But the
hot.
part that
I'm on
the part that they
I'm on
don't tell you.
Wikipedia right now, and they got on Wikipedia the cover for. Okay, so this would have been Raw versus SmackDown 2008, and on the
That was the
cover is
one.
Cena,
That was the one with Cena and Batista on the cover,
Taker,
right?
No,
Yeah.
Cena, Taker, and Lashley,
Okay.
and
Okay.
this would have
Yeah.
Oh
released.
yeah, I
This would
remember
have
that.
released
That's when they
this.
started adding ECW guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was the first one with ECW in it, right?
right, and that kind of adds to the theory because this would have released November 13th, 2007. So this would have been a couple of months after the Benoit thing. So, because they were going to make Benoit the ECW champion, so it
Yep.
would have been
Yeah,
Cena, right?
yeah, there was because he was supposed to
Oh,
go
yeah.
against Morrison or
He was fighting Punk.
it was
At,
Punk. Yeah, yeah, he's gonna fight Punk, right? But
so
they
that would have
traded
been a
him for
good. That
Morrison.
would have been a good match though. Benoit versus Punk.
Hell yeah.
Like I remember, I bought that pay-per-view because I thought I was gonna see Punk versus Benoit. I didn't know why they changed it to Morrison until later on that night.
That made him into a star.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad though. I'm glad that it transitioned because Morrison needed a revamp at that time.
I
But
agree.
at the same time though, it felt so random, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. It did, but it was still refreshing though, you know?
Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not mad at it because if they didn't do that, we would have never got John Morrison because he definitely needed a revamp and a
Shaman
character.
sexy.
Still, but still, it just
What's
felt
good,
so
Dynasty?
random.
What's going
So
on?
crazy. And then the next day, you find out that he died. Like, whoa,
Yep.
what is on?
Yeah.
And then the next day after that, you find out he killed his family and then killed himself.
Yep.
Yeah, and you're like,
Murder,
whoa, what?
suicide.
And you're like, what the fuck?
But imagine if they went through with it. The shit.
Punk was gonna lose. He was gonna drop the belt to Chris Benoit, and Chris Benoit would have been the only one to be ECW champion, WWE champion, and WCW champion.
The whole promotion Triple Crown.
Yeah, he would have been the only one that would do that.
Didn't Big Show do it?
Who?
Big Show.
Well, matter of fact, you're right. I didn't even think of that. You're right.
I'm not gonna lie, Big Show's reign as ECW champion was pretty good, honestly.
Yeah, remember we was talking about that shit a few shows ago. I was saying that at that time I didn't like it, but nowadays, like I probably would appreciate it more nowadays because he was that, that Goliath, that legitimate final boss, like what you see in them old school video games, a big ogre looking motherfucker that's unstoppable, something that like what they always say, larger than life character.
Yeah.
That was Big Show. That was Big Show heel turn number 955.
Yeah, it was, but at least that heel turn, I actually took him seriously.
Yeah, Big Show had more turns than we had Saw movies, man. Ridiculous.
Heard they're coming out with another Saw movie.
Oh God.
God, no.
Yeah.
It never ends. It never ends.
I think it's supposed to be like a prequel to how the Jigsaw murder had basically.
Man, that shit is so
shoot him.
So that shit is so bro, that shit is so backwards. I hate when they do like 10 sequels and then they decide to do a prequel.
Right.
Like, what the fuck? And they wonder why the movie scene is so dead.
We have to dig into his psyche and see what made him into a non-murdering murderer. Because if you notice, he hasn't murdered anybody. If you think of it, they murdered themselves.
He dies.
Technically.
All right.
Ballet said, "Please, no."
I always thought low key, Big Show's. I won't say it's his best turn. I thought it was the funniest turn. This is like so obscure. That one time, Orton, Sheamus, and Big Show had a 3-way against the Shield, and Orton and Sheamus would not tag Big Show in. And then Shield beat them. And then Big Show walked over and Orton was like, oh, well, I guess we'll get him next time. And Big Show was like, man, fuck you guys. And he just knocked out, and he knocked out Orton and he knocked out Sheamus. I don't know, just something about that turn made me laugh. I can relate to that turn. I could relate. That to me was his most relatable one, because that's like if you're playing basketball or playing a football, or like there's a ball hog and you lost because the person wouldn't fucking pass the ball.
Yeah.
So it's like, you fucking idiot.
Yeah. I definitely understand those vibes, because we're gonna have an argument.
Big Show.
I remember vividly. That was like the GOAT post-Mania crowd. Orton and Sheamus had a match the very next night. The crowd didn't give two shits. Then Big Show killed them both, and the crowd was chanting, "Thank you, Big Show. Thank you, Big Show." That was so great. Oh my god.
Then Big Show walked up to,
like, I used to fuck with Big Show from afar. That's the thing. I used to fuck with Big Show from afar, but when he got insufferable is when they just, he was getting force fed to us. Like, you were down to the Authority. Then after that, it was like what? It was down to him, Kane, and Roman Reigns. Like, why the fuck is this dude the final three in the Royal Rumble? Come on, what are we doing here?
Know what all of Big Show's heel turns remind me of? Like, remember that when Eric Bischoff proposed the challenge to Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, and then they said like, you're facing us at the Great American Bash, and then Scott Hall went straight up to Kevin Nash and said, they fell into the trap, man.
The big man and the medium-sized man. Pause.
The big man and the medium-sized man are going to carve them.
Yo, Finn Balor shit. Oh my god. If he does that with Damian Priest, dude, he'll win me over so hard. He should refer to himself as the medium-sized guy. Oh my god, they should fucking do it. He'll get over too if he did. He would get over if he did that shit.
So Balor said, just like the Crystal Lake series, we don't need a prequel about Chance's mama. But if you think of it,
would that be
what, TKO?
Would that be before or after Finn Balor leaves Liv Morgan's hotel room? Dude was not.
Yo, that'll be a crazy swerve, though.
Finn was not low taking that hotel key.
Man, we dodged a bullet last night, man. Can you imagine if Vince Russo was still here?
Oh God!
Fucking Liv Morgan hotel card on a pole match. Oh my god!
But Liv is cooking though. I'm loving what they got Liv doing, like the slutty seductress, whatever you want to call that shit, the seducer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand, like, it's typical character. I guess you could say a typical character arc, but it does make sense because she wanna bring misery in Rhea Ripley's life. It's like how she made her life miserable. So I get it.
Yeah, all I gotta say about invitations is everybody make sure Xavier Woods has his Twitter off. I don't trust this dude.
Yo, Ballet, people hating on Dom. They like, it should have been me.
Yo,
Should have been me.
Bro, all those internet fans are crying now. The minute Liv said she was single, I was like, bro.
I'm telling you. They were shooting they shot more than a free throw game.
Like y'all had a chance with y'all actually had a chance with Liv. Come on.
They really did. Like they would think just because they beat off towards her picks and all that they already smashed.
I don't know which fan base was worse, Liv's fans or Alexa Bliss fans. Cause good Lord.
I ain't gonna lie. Yo, where is Malik, yo? I really hope that dude is all right, man. Seriously, that should have started to work. I've been worried for a minute now. Like, he just left the face of the earth.
He's still in our group chat, but I don't know where he's at.
He's been real quiet for like going close to a year now.
No, it's been over a year, bro. It's been like
It's been yeah.
it's been like a year and
Probably
6
left
months
to
at this
go.
point.
Probably left
That
to go.
shit
and
low
fix
key
himself.
scary, man. I really hope he's all right, yo. Seriously.
Mm.
Probably left to go fix himself. Pause.
Did
Yeah.
Liv really break up with Bo just to dive deep into the storyline? Well, that'll be stupid for her to do that. Why break up? Why break up with your partner just to make a storyline work? I understand Vince. That might be the type of time Vince would be on. Vince would be like, you gotta break up. You know how Vince would give it. He be hating that shit, but I hope not.
Yeah, Vince will be like, "Yeah, Liv, I'll make you believe."
Now Vince probably walked up to Bo and said, "Shut up."
And speaking of, when it comes to relations, I guess you could say, what's your thoughts on this whole Ricochet debacle? Do y'all think this is a work or a shoot? Maybe a particular angle.
If Ricochet faces why am I forgetting names?
You,
Will
Braun
Ospreay.
Breaker?
No.
You face Braun Breaker?
Like if Ricochet faces Will Ospreay in
Oh,
London.
okay.
In London, I'm extending my non-watching AEW shit.
I don't think if he does leave, I don't think he should go to AEW. That's me personally. I think he's gonna get lost in the shuffle within a couple of months.
Well, Ospreay wants it.
Oh, Ospreay wants him there.
Yeah.
I bet he does, so they could do that whole damn gymnastic ballerina type style
I mean,
match.
good on Will, man. He's looking out for his boy.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I know. He definitely gave Tony Khan a good word for him.
It's not just Will Ospreay; it's Swerve Strickland too.
Yeah. Swerve wants it too. Yeah.
You gotta look at it this way too, because you gotta look at his age. As a matter of fact, I believe he's 35. Let me look it up right now, just to be sure.
So Blaze said Rick had to leave so Prince Puma could make his debut. I heard that too.
He's
basically he's gonna squander the Ricochet character and come back as Prince Puma. I heard that too.
Yeah, I just checked. He's 35. So we gotta be realistic here. First of all, he's in great shape. The way WWE is, when you sign contracts, you're either signing a 3-year deal or you're signing a 5-year deal. With WWE, they lock you down. So put yourself in Ricochet's shoes, okay? You're pretty much at a point where you've gone as hard as you can go. You can use whatever analogy you want to use. John Morrison, Dolph Ziggler, Shinsuke Nakamura. He's at that point where he's at a spot and he's not going to go any higher than where he's at. So if he signs another contract for 5 years, then he's going to be locked at his current spot till he's 40. And you got to ask yourself, so this next contract he signs
will be his last.
It'll be his last thing. So it's like he's young, but he's not so young.
Youngish. Like he's youngish.
Yeah, he's young enough to where he can go somewhere else and make a big name, but he's not so young where he's got like 10 to 15 years. You know what I mean? He's already like in his mid-30s. So
You
already see Morrison is slowing down a little bit.
Right. Yeah, right. So just from that perspective, he's just looking at it, he's just like, man, I got to use this chance to, if he feels like he's creatively not satisfied, then by all means, like, more power to him. If he was like 33 or 32, I'd be like, you go ahead and resign. Maybe things can turn around, but he's 35, and that's how it is in WWE now. Because if you sign a contract with them, it's 3 years or 5 years. And for a guy like him, I mean, he's a former U.S. champion, former North American champion. He's a name he's a guy who's won championships. So they're not gonna sign him to a 2-year deal or 1 year deal. Like, no, he's gonna get locked down for 5 years and shit. So
he's locked down as being a jobber because he's not going to be a main eventer.
Right.
Won the mid-card Triple Crown.
Right. So I don't blame him for leaving.
Mid-card Triple Crown. Hey, fuck it. But the thing is, like, the only memorable shit I remember, like, when it comes to him winning the titles, when he beat Joe. in that brutal match when Joe tried to kill this dude, but he triumphed and won the was that the U.S. Championship? That was never
Yeah.
built up. It was U.S. Champ. Yeah, that's the only thing I remember.
The only thing I remember about Ricochet was that anime moment on NXT where he flipped over the rope in front of Dream.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember a lot of things from Ricochet on NXT. And when he was on NXT, he was amazing.
That's
Yeah,
why he
man.
knows.
He
That's
was-
why
he
him and
was
TNA would
there.
make the most sense.
Yeah.
I
I
agree.
would love to see him on TNA. Honestly,
There were a lot of, in retrospect, honestly, there were a lot of dudes who could have a little bit longer, but Vince called them up. Ricochet could have been champion down there. Matt Riddle, I was going to say Matt Riddle, but who knows? He may have fucked up and got himself in trouble. Who knows?
With all that
Maybe it's
porn.
better.
There's so much porn.
They did all those promos for Shinsuke and it went nowhere. Yeah, because he kept losing. And that's
Right.
why I keep explaining. Like I remember I was explaining that shit to somebody in one of them wrestling groups, and they was saying like, "Oh, to basically just shut up and watch." I'm like, "Yo, y'all motherfuckers coming with that shit. What do you mean? Like he's losing? Like this is gonna make him look worse because y'all done repackaged him, make him look like a Shogun assassin or whatever, just for him to still lose. What the fuck is the point?"
Right.
I'm telling you, if I do not get Punk screwing Drew pause.
And I'm looking at it a different way too. I'm looking at it a different way because, like, if he's gone with WWE, like, at least he went out like on a high note with Braun
Yeah.
taking him out. It's like a movie, you know. If you're in a movie and somebody kills you, yeah.
Quick question: do you think Samantha goes with him?
No.
Nah, she's under contract.
Hmm.
She's not gonna break that contract.
For how much longer?
I'm not
Who
sure,
knows?
but they're not
bro,
gonna let her go. She popping right now. They're not gonna
Bro,
let her
there's
go.
several there's several people in wrestling who work in different companies. I don't know why so many people are focused on that. I'm not saying you in particular, but there's
No,
a lot
no.
of wrestlers. Yeah.
No,
Like I wouldn't mind him go to MLW and have a few matches over there. There's a lot of work out there.
And in a perfect world, he could just be Prince Puma in like New Japan or some shit. But I don't know
that
who
would
owns
work.
that. I don't know who
That
owns
would
Prince Puma.
work. Him in New Japan would work. The problem is that Tony Khan's gonna get his mitts on him sooner or later.
You know what it is? It might work. It definitely might work over there because they're not into Japanese wrestlers right now.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
Honestly, New Japan needs something, man. Because all they got, who do they got over there? Honestly, that's
So Ballet said this is gonna test their relationship. The Sharks and Wolves will be circling Samantha.
Particularly CM Punk.
I mean, historically speaking, Ricochet's the hoe, not Samantha. So
Really? I never knew that. Really?
I'll tell you what Braun Breaker should
Seriously?
say.
Who he got caught smashing?
He used to be smashing one of the chicks from that house party tag team.
They were engaged.
Wow.
They were
What?
engaged.
Katana
Yeah.
Chance or Peyton Carter?
They were the white one, the one who was on
Yeah,
American
the-
Ninja Warrior.
Oh,
Yeah,
Chance.
the short one.
Now Punk Ballet. Y'all talking about Punk or Ricochet?
Ricochet.
Ricochet,
Yeah,
bro.
Ricochet Ballet.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I remember like it was like 2-3 years ago. I don't know what year it was. I remember it was New Year's. It was New Year's Eve. Wrestlers get together and celebrate the end of the year. And he was with the Katana chick or whatever her name was.
Yeah, Katana Chance.
Yeah, and I remember seeing Deonna Purrazzo in the background. She was like still with TNA at the time because a lot of these wrestlers from like TNA, WWE, and AEW, a lot of them live in Florida. But they were at a party, and the clock struck midnight, and everyone was like, "Happy New Year!" And Ricochet was like kissing her, and he was like, "Oh, I love you, baby. I want you to be my wife," and blah blah. And I remember watching that, and I was like, "Oh, okay. They seem like a nice couple." And not that long after, I'm like, they're not together anymore. I'm just like, oh, okay, kind of weird because I remember he was dating Tessa Blanchard, and in real life, obviously, people break up and
He was
you move on.
fucking with Jay Leno too.
Jay Leno. yeah. As a matter of fact, it was suspect because Ricochet and Tessa, they broke up like right when he signed with WWE, which was kind of interesting there.
You know
So
what that was like? That dude Vince McMahon probably got in his ear like, "Yo, look, we will sign you, but you need to get away from that bitch. Her chin is too big."
Real quick.
That was actually a good thing for him though. So yeah,
Yeah,
right.
because she's toxic as fuck. Fuck her. She
Real
gotta she
quick.
gotta figure it out on her own.
Real
I say
quick. But
Ricochet definitely upgraded with Samantha. I mean, shit.
Sonny fell off a fucking cliff after 98.
Yeah, like she looked her best. And when she was in ECW, Sonny, she looked her best there. And it's like what 2-3 years later, she looked like Greg the Hammer Valentine and shit.
That's
2 years
because
later, fucking 1 year later.
that's because for better or worse in WWF, there were some people that kept her in a straight and narrow, But once she left WWF, ECW didn't fucking care. WCW didn't care. So
Man,
It's fucking 1 year later.
oh well, fuck that bitch. She needs to find Yeshua because man, she was just. That's another rabbit hole to fall down when it comes to her. So let's move on. TKO, what you think? What do you think? Ricochet staying or he leaving?
If you mean Samantha, I think she's staying. But Ricochet, I think he should go to TNA.
Yeah,
I
that'll be the
agree.
perfect landing spot for him because AEW he will get buried so fast, so fucking fast.
Yeah, if he does, but the only way I could see Ricochet on AEW is if he just shows up for like 2 matches and then dips out. He could still get his match with Ospreay. He just doesn't really have to be signed.
that's why I say he should go to New Japan because New Japan has the relationship with AEW. So,
but here's the thing, though. My bad, Tope. I just want to say something real quick before you continue on. My thing is, well, then now you gotta worry about this. Like, we're just gonna shoehorn Ricochet into a match with Ospreay just like that overnight. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is what I'll be talking about. It's like, come on, like wins gotta matter sometimes, all the time. It has
we
to
don't
matter.
know. We don't know exactly when his contract expires. It could be any time.
They said
August.
it's like either the end of August or beginning of September. Most likely beginning of September, like around when summer is about to die out.
Right. I think if he goes to AEW, the biggest pro would be it would be a guaranteed big match of Ospreay. I'm looking at it like this: Ricochet is Plan B if for whatever reason Ospreay isn't challenging for the AEW title at Wembley. If he's not challenging for the title, then the match of Ricochet would be the Plan B. That's kind of how I look at it right now.
And I wouldn't mind seeing a Ricochet versus Swerve match. That match would be fun as fuck to watch.
Nah, the matchup that I want to see is Ricochet versus Mustafa Ali. I think that match will kill.
Hey, it's Mustafa. It's Mustafa.
Yeah. Mustafa Ali.
Speaking of Mustafa Ali, dude, he's killing it too.
He's still undefeated, right? Isn't he undefeated?
He's still
he wants to
undefeated and he's the
get back to NXT.
Yeah, I like his presentation where he's got like the bodyguards with him and it's like he's running for office or some shit.
Yeah,
President Mustafa.
President
Mustafa.
Mustafa. It
Yeah,
definitely got a ring to it.
Yeah, I can see why Vince didn't like it because the story goes that Vince was for pushing him, but Vince gave him some story and whatever it was. Ali was
Shawn Michaels
that.
like the presidential campaign.
Right. The story
it was Bruce Pritchard, Bruce Jackass.
The story that it leaked was that Vince gave him a character. Ali said no, and apparently it got into like a yelling contest. Like he yelled at Vince, and after that he was just on Vince's shit list. So.
And that's the thing that killed me with Vince, right? Because didn't Vince say that from before, like, oh, I want my talent, my superstars or whatever to have some balls or push back
AKA,
when need be.
No. What it really means is that Vince is saying life sucks and it's
It's like, you give him some pushback. What he asked for, stand up for yourself. But as soon as you stand up for yourself, you get punished. Like you fucking see now.
AKA, I thought that Like that nails will get pushed to the fucking moon the second that.
Right. If that was, like shit, he more than defended himself.
What it was, and we talked about this shit all the time. Everybody knows Vince was out of touch, but one of the most out of touch things that he would continue to do consistently, even right before the motherfucker got canceled, is Vince was still on that 80s. If you're a foreigner, you got to be some generic heel that hates America, and that shit may have worked. That shit may have worked. Right. That shit may have.
You gotta know karate and you're evil.
Right. That shit may have worked. That may have worked in the 80s, but like it's the modern day. Like there's people from Japan, people from Russia, there's people from all countries that live in America and they respect America. Like what was that fucking guy's name? I don't even know if he's with them anymore. What was his name? They kept doing the vignettes. He's coming. Pause. Who's coming?
Veer?
Veer. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Veer.
They let both of them go. They let both in the shit.
Yeah.
They both
when they were doing the Veer is coming. When they were doing the Veer is coming. No Diddy. Twitter was making fun of it because they kept doing it like people were turning it into a meme, and I was like, yo, if Vince is smart, he'll market this and turn him into like a comedy character. But no, instead he debuted as a generic like monster heel from like India or I hate America, blah, like get the fuck out of here. Right. As you know, or Rusev, you know, or when Rusev when he was buried by Cena and after like, you know, Bulgaria and blah 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 and fuck America and all that, and then Cena fucking buried him, right? And then Rusev was like, oh. And then Rusev was like, yo, let me do this Rusev Day thing, and it got over. And then Vince got pissed because it wasn't his idea.
Right.
Like, you know,
the funniest, that was the funniest America fuck yeah.
And you forgot, Tove. Yeah, first he showed up heel, Veer Mahan. He showed up heel, and then they try to make him into a face, like a one of them dominant faces. I'm like, it's too late. Y'all should have viewed him as a face. Especially around that time, there was already enough heels to go around at that time. You didn't need another heel.
I heard this storyline from Vince Russo. It was probably the funniest shit I ever heard in my fucking life. Remember the Patriot?
Yeah, the Patriot.
What's his name? Del Wilkes? Del Wilkes?
Yeah. He was supposed to be in an American defector gimmick with Yokozuna and Crush. Like
I can believe that.
They were
called. That probably would have worked. What, like he was gonna be down with Camp Cornette or something?
No. Like Yokozuna was supposed to go.
Wait, Crush was part of Camp Cornette?
Yoko.
Yes, sir. Well, you broke up a little bit, TK. What you said?
I didn't know Crush was part of Camp Cornette.
Yeah, he was.
Crazy.
Yeah, he was for a short period of time. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Like Yoko was supposed to turn super heel. And then Crush just got out of the pen. And then Del Wilkes will be the final person. I think it was called the something of the Rising Sun.
I know what you're talking about. But I forgot the name.
That was all like if he would have pitched that to Vince, Vince would have okayed that shit. And ratings would have been in the absolute fucking tank. Thank God ECW came on the rise. Because if it wasn't for that,
what if
a long time ago?
What if Rusev would have let off a round in that damn tank? Just one round, just shoot it in the air. Like boom.
That'd have been too. He'd have probably blew off a part of the stadium. That shit was way too close. That shit was way too close.
And then Cena would have came out with America fuck yeah.
Like everybody would have went deaf in that motherfucking in that crowd. Like even if it was an open dome, like you know how loud the tank would have been.
That was a San Francisco one.
That was in San Fran. You said?
Yeah. That was in Levi Stadium.
Right.
That was the ultimate RKO WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Shit. But speaking of hardcore, because you know, shooting off a tank in the damn dome, that's definitely hardcore. But you know, today was a day when WWE presented ECW One Night Stand at the Hammerstein Ballroom with
That
two.
was the
Yo,
craziest crowd in
man.
WWE history.
And I ain't a lot, like a lot of ECW diehards didn't like that shit because it wasn't like too much going on when it comes to ECW. Like that's when WWECW was starting to integrate a little bit more and more. Cause like given the fact that you had Kurt Angle against Randy Orton in an ECW pay-per-view.
Oh god.
The
I
greatest,
remember the
the great,
Hammerstein Ballroom. That shit was legendary.
the greatest chat of all time. Hold on.
Or you have they also didn't like Rey Mysterio and Sabu
You guys heard
ended the
that?
match in a no contest. They didn't like that at all. They like, oh come on, because that's when Rey Mysterio was heavyweight champion, and of course
Yeah.
you're gonna
You guys
want
heard that shit, man?
Sabu to beat Rey Mysterio.
Now we remember that. That's crazy. But I remember that chant though, man. Oh my god.
You suck dick. Your mother's
Y'all talking about
hell.
Y'all talking about ECW?
Yeah,
Yeah.
today,
Yeah,
tonight was the
ECW.
night when the second One Night Stand had came out.
What I remember about that show was Cena throwing the shirt, the fans throwing it back. But I always remember this. I always remember this Suge Knight looking dude in the front row who was like, "Fuck you, fuck you." It was like, he was wearing a suit. He was wearing a suit. He was a big dude too. Like he could legit beat the fuck out of Cena. So,
Yo, that crowd was out for blood, and
Yo, Tokyo,
it
my main man
definitely.
comes down.
I think if it
Yeah,
wasn't for that crowd, that pay per view might have fell short. You know what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
crowd definitely made that pay per view.
oh, for
Now
sure.
you know what made me. You know what else made me laugh? A match that people didn't talk about. That tag team match. It was Edge, Mick Foley versus Terry Funk.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
with Edge.
yeah,
With Edge dry hump
Mix-
Francine.
Foley
right,
had
right.
the best.
Now it was
comeback.
McGillicuddy.
Yeah,
Oh,
It was
no. Yeah,
he had
McGillicuddy.
Mick Foley. Mick
Yeah.
Foley had the best comeback I've ever seen. The crowd was like, "You sold out." Mick was like, "I did sell out." Madison Square Garden.
That's a smart part. Yeah. Ain't it a thumbs up?
Yeah.
I'll give Mick that. I'll give him that.
I think it's funny how they hated Edge, and then the minute he speared Cena at the end of the night, they were saying thank you.
Yeah, because that's how
Thank you,
disliked
Edge. Thank
Cena
you,
was. It could have been Harvey Whippleman beating up Cena. He would have got tremendously over. It didn't matter.
I'll give Cena this. Cena was one of the few top guys that would basically go into the heart of the enemy's camp, knowing he was going to get shit on. Triple H would never have done that. Hogan would never
right.
have done that. And you know what? I don't
Yeah.
think Rock would do it either. I think Rock.
Hell no, Rock wouldn't have did that. Yeah, he would have probably cried.
Right.
Well, fuck,
I'll
nah,
give
but I
that-
give Cena that. Cena went in the Lions Den.
Right. Hypothetically speaking, if a WWE AEW crossover show ever happened and you did Swerve versus anybody from WWE, anybody, I could see Cena going into the Lions Den, going in front of an AEW crowd, but there's no way that a Triple H would do that or a Hogan would do it.
Nope.
I think Orton would do it.
Maybe Priest will,
Well, Orton did do it, if you think of it.
depending on where.
Because you remember Orton, give me 1 second, Black Saw. Because you remember Orton, he was at that same pay-per-view. He came to the Hammerstein Ballroom.
Oh, yeah, he
And
did.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
What was
He
it
was a
against Angle,
WWE
right?
guy. Yeah. So,
That was you
yeah.
suck dick. That was you suck dick part 2.
Right. Like he stepped in the Lions Den. You know what I'm saying? And it's all about ultimately it's all about them accepting the criticism. And Cena, he stuck by that shit, B. Even though we wanted him to turn heel, and rightfully so, he was like, nah, I'm just gonna be who I am. Even though that's not really who you are. Like, let's really be real, Cena. You are a heel at heart. Remember those rules you gave Nikki Bella for your house? And then she didn't follow those rules. She had what? Less than a week to vacate the premises.
To me, Cena is not a heel. He's the ultimate babyface because he always made sure to pull out at 2. No, did he?
Right. Man.
But I think Priest would.
Yeah, Priest.
Yeah, Priest would step into the Lions Den, but the only place that would probably negate the Lions Den is if they do it in Arthur Ashe Stadium, where Priest
just needs to fucking I like the voice pause, but I just can't take the motherfucker seriously. Like just dude, if you want to be Nightwolf, just go all the way. Like when he was in NXT, he was embracing it. Like I like the whole the little bow into his name on fire,
the Archer of Infamy,
Right. Yeah, at least if you're gonna go that route, fully embrace it. Don't. I hate listen. This is like a little pet peeve of mine. I hate it because listen, we're all fucking nerds anyway. Okay, all of us are nerds. Okay, so
I gladly accept that. Yes, I'm a nerd, but I know about the streets too. But I'm definitely a nerd. Yes.
All of us are nerds. So if you're gonna be a wrestler and you're gonna incorporate some video game, comic book shit, as a fellow nerd, I appreciate it if you just go all the way. I hate it when people just put splices of it for clout, but don't go all the way with it. Like earlier, you mentioned Alexa Bliss. I fucking could not stand Alexa Bliss because she was doing the fucking Harley Quinn thing without actually being Harley Quinn. When she was she was cosplaying as Harley Quinn and make-upping her hair like Harley Quinn without actually being crazy. And it's just oh, you're just doing it for clout. I hate it when people do that shit. Stop doing it for clout. If you're going to do it, go all the way and with it, So I would like Damian more if he just went straight, just fucking embrace Nightwolf, fucking ditch the Judgment Day, and just I'm talking just a complete repackage from top to bottom, and just
Liv actually goes full blown. Liv actually goes full blown Harley Quinn.
Yeah, I can see that.
This when they had pulled up to the Puerto Rican Day Parade, Priest and Zelina Vega.
Oh, that's cool.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
remember
good promo for them. Good promo for the WWE.
I remember Saturday of the Puerto Rican Day Parade. HBO used to always put up boxing matches with Puerto Rican fighters. And the Puerto Rican fighters will beat the living shit.
Yeah, Priest and
out of some American idiots.
I saw that.
Because remember, he's from the Bronx and she's from Queens, right? If I'm not mistaken. Zelina Vega.
Queens. That's from Staten Island, right?
It's Staten Island. I thought she was from Queens. So was it Staten Island or Queens? Which one?
She was from Staten Island, but she lives in Queens now.
Okay, cool.
So it's both right.
Yeah. Nobody will voluntarily live in Staten Island.
Well, the Wu-Tang would.
Wu-Tang! Oh, yeah, man. Speaking of that, I forgot to mention that last week. We didn't talk about it here.
What's up?
You too, TKO. What's your thoughts on the Redman situation?
We're talking about the gay allegations?
No. I mean, you can talk about that if you want to. He did the performance and the fans just weren't reacting. I forgot.
When it was at Summer Jam. I'll let you go first, TKO. Go ahead.
Yeah, it just shows truly how weird this generation is, man. It's funny how they call guys like Redman and Method Man old heads, but I guarantee you their favorite artist samples from them. That's crazy to me. It also shows just how far the music game has fallen. They force the same music on you, and then
today's rap fans think that little pump.
Hold on, Black Saw. Let TKO finish. Hold on.
I was about to go off.
No, I'm done. Go ahead.
No.
Go ahead, TKO. Go ahead, finish up.
TKO.
No, I'm telling you, I was done.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. All right, go ahead, Black Saw. Go ahead.
What I was about to say was that today's rap fans think that Lil Pump is a great rapper. Even though in the '90s his CD will go double wood. Pause.
Like, see, here's the thing. I think it's all right. Let me just start up with the Method Red performance at Summer Jam. Yeah, that wasn't really their audience, and that's okay. Like, and even Method Man was saying that. Well, I'm not mad. It just is what it is. It's accountability. He could go somewhere else. He could perform somewhere else, and they'll get more of a following or a crowd that's more adapted to their music. The main thing is that Hot 97, they really don't play music like that. They barely play music like that. Period. The most thing they do is they have like the talk shows and shit or the podcast. Like when it comes to Rosenberg and when it comes to this dude Ebro and shit like that. That's what they starting to transition off to a little bit more and more. So it's not really Method Red fault. It's just what the public is being fed when it comes to that particular radio station.
I want to read this comment to you guys. This is actually a pretty interesting conversation. And as artists, I would really like to know what you guys think. I'm on YouTube right now on the video, and people leave comments on the video. And this one person put, hip hop is the only genre that has an age limit, which caused a discussion. And people were going back and forth, kind of responding to this person. And this is the comment that has the highest amount of likes. And I'll read this out loud. It says, Generation X is the only generation that has listened to rap through its various time periods. They were listening to Furious 5 and Sugar Hill Gang in the 70s. They were listening to Run DMC and Public Enemy in the 80s. They were listening to Wu-Tang and Nas in the 90s. They were listening to Jay-Z and Lil Wayne in the 2000s. But after the 2000s, Generation X stopped following rap, and you start to see the falling off as we go into the mid-2010s. Once the generation that was there in the beginning of hip-hop is considered too old to input their knowledge, the younger generation of rap has gatekeepers of standards of what they consider to be what real hip-hop is. That's why hip-hop is dead. That's a lot of information to
yeah.
There.
There's a lot
Whoever wrote that is right.
It ain't wrong.
Yeah, he's not wrong. He or she is not wrong.
How you started off that comment again? I wanted to touch on that. I just want to make sure I attack it properly. Like the first couple of sentences.
Okay, let me find it again. Generation X is the only generation that listened to the different eras of rap, basically, was the first sentence.
What was the other one again? It was something I wanted to tackle specifically.
Oh, you talking about hip hop is the only genre that has an age limit?
Oh yeah. Okay, so yeah. That's a humongous fact. Because like you could be 35 and they consider you old. Like, oh, you an old head. Like what? And of course it don't make any sense. Like look at, what I'm saying, you got these dudes and that's in rock and roll and heavy metal. They still be doing their thing. I think, is it Metallica still making music? Metallica still making music.
Yeah.
And they get praised.
Yeah, I would have to agree because other genres of music, jazz, rock, country, you got all kinds of people who are like in their 40s, 50s, 60s, still producing
60s,
music,
yeah.
And they're
still making music and they get praised.
Exactly.
Right.
I mean, I could think of somebody off the back. Look at Charlie Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie Wilson is what, in his 60s?
Yeah.
And he's still adapting. He's adapting. He's in the 70s, and he's adapting to the new.
Yeah. He's like in his late 60s, early 70s, around there.
And he's adapting to the new. And he's adapted to the new sound today, and he's still making good tracks. So,
well, here's the thing, TKO. Like, I think it's separate because R&B. I think us as black people, I guess you could say from the hood, R&B is more acceptable to when it comes to older artists. Like, look at Keith Sweat. Keith Sweat is still on tour doing his damn thing. Keith Sweat is around the same age as Charlie Wilson. He doing his thing. It's Charlie more.
51.
He's how old?
71.
71.
Well,
You know
how
what I'm
would
saying?
you? Who
And
would be a good example? I mean, rap wise, that still makes
yeah,
dope sense.
when it comes to rappers, that they look at now. I'll say this. Now, if you just started rapping in your late 30s or early 40s, then yeah, now you look crazy. I'll definitely agree with that. But if you've been making music for years and you just happen to be a certain age, then what the fuck is called growth? Like, look at me. I was fucking making music since I was like what? Fucking 16, 17. And I know what I'm saying I'm not ashamed of my age. I'm 42 right now, and I'm still making music. That
If
don't make
I
me old. That means I did a lot of homework. I put in a lot of pain in that pen. So it's like I think it's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like when it comes to music, you need knowledge to make music, and knowledge is supposed to be infinite. You don't
Yeah.
stop learning at a certain age.
To me, I feel like as long as you can make dope tracks, your
Right.
age shouldn't make a difference. Because again, there's so many artists that are above 40 and up and still make hot tracks. So as long as you can do that, you're good. It don't matter what age you are,
That's
or
right,
at least
Ballet. You
it
never stop
should be.
learning. Right.
Yeah.
I have a very simple rule, and that simple rule applies to everything when it comes to sports, when it comes to music. If you like SoundCloud rap, you was born in 2001, sit down and shut the fuck up.
I'm
Well,
pretty
here's the
much like
thing. Here's the thing. I wanted to basically talk about that particular subject when it comes like a SoundCloud rapper because they gave that a bad stigma also. Oh, if you're a SoundCloud rapper, then you know what I'm saying you not you know what I'm saying you're not real, you're not legit, whatever the case may be, right? You look down upon, but SoundCloud is just another outlet.
I don't think it should. I don't think SoundCloud should be looked down upon at all.
I don't think so either. It's
I
ridiculous.
started out on SoundCloud, and I also know a few of my other friends in the artist game that started on SoundCloud, and they make great music.
Yeah,
No offense.
it's just an outlet. Now, if you only posting a SoundCloud, that's something to talk about. Like, yo, there's a
my
lot of outlets out there. Don't only use SoundCloud.
my
And
take is a little.
go ahead,
Like
go
you,
ahead, go ahead.
I was gonna say is my take is a little different. I agree with you, Sandman, on the Hot 97. I know radio is not what it used to be, but it is still a thing. And so these radio stations, the ones that are still around, they play a big part too because they're not playing, a lot of the older music. They're just playing some of the newer music. But this is also a different. I'm going to take it a different route. Growing up as a '90s baby, I love watching like black movies because in black movies you'd have different genres of music represented. And a lot of those movies introduced me to musicians and singers and rappers that were before my time. And that was how I got into them. And I feel like you don't really see those kind of movies anymore. Off the top of my head,
Oh,
stuff like
yeah.
Def Comedy Jam, How to Be a Player, the Friday movies. Um,
Wow. Yeah, I know
um,
what you mean. Like basically when it comes to like the movie soundtracks. And remember,
right,
you could get like the soundtrack from, Sam Goody, whatever. Any store that got
right,
those
right,
like
right. That's dead now.
CDs and cassettes, tapes, whatever.
Right,
The soundtracks will be lit. Yeah, you're right. And
right.
when
Those
you watch
movies.
that particular movie and you hear that particular
Mhm.
song while you're watching the movie, you're like, yo, who sing that song? That's gonna make you want to go out and buy that CD or that cassette.
Right.
I knew
Just more stuff on top of my head, like the Nutty Professor, Two Can Play That Game, the Best Man. Just like we'll be here all day. Like that. It was you saw a lot in the '90s, a little bit in the 2000s, and then by like the 2010s, like that shit fucking died. You don't really
like the
see
best
those kind of
the
movies
best movie soundtrack
anymore.
I heard was the He Got Game soundtrack.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's a great one.
Yeah,
Space Jam is my favorite one. Space Jam is my favorite one.
Really?
there was some. I ain't gonna lie, man. There was some soundtracks that were great, man.
And I know I'm not the only one. Shout outs to Blade 2, Blood Hunt. Blade 2 got me into Most Def. As a matter of fact, I would go as far as to say Most Def fucking carried the Blade soundtrack, if I'm being honest. But
who remembers?
I mean, it's Most Def, so yeah.
Who remembers this? Who remembers this growing up as a kid? We used to run home to catch probably like the middle part of Rap City on BET.
I did, and the first. I remember that. I know I did. I remember every time I came home from school, the first song that I would always see is, and I remember it now, Talib Kweli featuring High Tech, The Blast. That would be my come home song.
Oh yeah, I had rap to that shit too, B. I killed that shit.
Bro, that beat is so fucking fire.
I'm gonna send you that shit too. Remind me, I'm gonna send you that shit. I had spit a track to that beat. I killed that shit. I'm gonna send it to you.
Like
the networks are responsible too. When my mom and I when we first got cable, because we didn't have cable growing up, we just had like basic TV. I remember like when we first got cable, and this shit's like fucking outdated as hell now because of streaming and shit. Y'all remember like there was like music channels and shit. It was like MTV2, VH1 Soul. It was like different channel networks of BET, VH1.
Hell yeah. Man, I got one better for you. Yo, TK, yeah, I know you remember this. The Box.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Like, I remember coming home, right? And like I turned on to VH1 and like they were showing Flavor of Love. I was like, what the fuck is this?
That's what killed that shit, man. Listen, Flavor Flav is
They started making more reality shows. That's what killed it.
Flavor Flav is the GOAT. I respect his contributions, but that's what started the reality shit, like TKO said. And honestly, I want to be like a fucking Terminator and go back in time and fucking kill him just to prevent that show from happening because it killed TV.
Nah, man.
You want to kill Flavor Flav? Sheesh.
Nah, I want to ruin whoever thought putting reality shows on music channels was a good idea.
Oh, for anyone curious, my favorite black movie, it's not a good one, but I fucking love it and love the soundtrack. Car Wash with Dr. Dre and Snoop. I love Car Wash. I love that movie.
Man.
Well, I would say yeah and no to that Dynasty, because Dynasty said New York killed it. It was okay up to that point. What matter of fact, what do you mean per se? Like for me to answer that, or for me to talk about that comment, so I could be sure I don't want to talk out of turn.
Well, are you saying I Love New York killed it? Is that what he's?
Yeah, that's what I want to be sure.
No. Like I Love New York fucking machine gunned it.
What New York got to show you? What are you talking about? What show?
You
talking about New York? You talking about New York? Tiffany Pollard.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah, I Love New York. Right. Yeah.
Oh man.
I don't wait. Okay.
I get where he's coming from, because after I Love New York blew up, all the networks joined the reality shit, because it was niche before that. And after that, it was like everybody wanted a piece of it.
But you got to think of it like this, though. When did The Bachelor come out? Didn't The Bachelor come out before Flavor of Love?
The Bachelor, I got to be.
I think The Bachelor came out before Flavor of Love.
I gotta be, but it was always on network television.
Yeah. I'm trying to be politically correct. The Bachelor was for white folks.
Yeah, like it was always on network television. It wasn't on. Was it on cable TV?
Yeah, it was on. I think it was on ABC.
It doesn't matter who
it was.
It doesn't matter who they were for. The fact is, it's still a reality show.
Right, exactly. And the hood,
but it was never
the hood was
on
watching
cable
that
TV.
shit too.
Like The Bachelor was on ABC.
Yeah.
Well, I get where he's coming. I get where Dynasty's coming from, because once New York blew up, you started to see that shit spread. Well, it was already on MTV because you had like Real World rules and shit. But you started seeing it on BET. I remember vividly I remember exactly what day it was. I went to school. I was getting ready for class. I was in the student center. I turned the TV on the BET because I thought they were going to be playing Rap City 106, and it was some bullshit called College Hill, and it was like a black version of like Real World. And I remember watching. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" I was like, "What is this?"
College Hill was so ghetto. I remember that one
said The Bachelor was 02, so yeah, it was about 4 years before Flavor of Love.
When I saw that College Hill shit on BET, well, when I saw that College Hill shit on BET, I was like, "Yo, man, this shit's a whack. It's over. It's over."
But College Hill, I remember that shit with that chick from St. Thomas was busting Shorty upside the head with a high heel, and it was blood all over the place. I'm like, isn't this assault? Should she go to jail for this? Like, this is on camera.
The second I saw Flavor, man. The second I saw that shit.
Flavor. No, the thing that used to kill me when he used to be tongue kissing that dude. I'm like, wow. Like, oh God, like what are y'all doing? Y'all tongue kiss, and it was just so unsettling watching this dude tongue kiss these chicks. Like, what are we doing here?
It was a different time, bro. It was a different
time. There's some shows I watch back and I just fucking laugh. For instance, Hell's Kitchen. I watch that show, I fucking laugh.
Yo, this dude is a fucking idiot. Yo, Ramsey, you know this dude still can't make a grilled cheese to this day?
Wait,
yo,
what?
It was all right. It was
Gordon
a trend
Ramsay.
like years ago. Like years ago, it was a trend. Like basically, like he wanted to make some grilled cheese, and the shit came out ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like the cheese in the melt. He had like blocks of cheese with kimchi, and I'm like, why are you putting kimchi in grilled cheese? All you need is bread, butter, and cheese. That's it. You doing the most. And then as of late, I think it was like 4 months ago, if I'm not mistaken. You know, the video went viral. So it was like, oh, people out there throwing shots about me not knowing how to make grilled cheese. So I'm gonna make it again in front of everybody live. He was outside, you know what I'm saying? It's an outside studio. Everybody was rounded up around him, you know, and he did worse. I'm like, yo, my dude, why are you doing so much? This motherfucker had bread, cheese, peppers, jalapenos, ribs. I'm like, my dude, what are you doing? It's just cheese. And he said, now, and he put mayonnaise on the bread. I'm like, my dude, what are you in jail? That's how niggas make grilled cheese in jail.
No, but Gordon Ramsay's insult is probably the funniest shit you probably ever heard in your life.
Man, fuck Ramsay.
I still remember some of the names from those reality shows that wouldn't work today, like a white chick named Buck Wild. What was that?
Oh yeah, Buck Wild. Yeah.
Taylor made.
Flavor was like, wait, hold on. Flavor was like, yo, wait, hold up. What happened to your accent? Because remember, she was talking like she was from the hood all that damn time. But when she wanted to leave the house, because she said she felt threatened, she just started talking all proper-ish. She was all proper talking, and Flavor was like, wait, hold on. What the fuck happened to your accent? Exposed her stinking ass.
I'm telling you, then Love and Hip Hop put a fucking nuclear bomb to everything.
Bro, I will never watch that shit.
Now, Love and Hip Hop was ridiculous.
Man, I've never watched Love and Hip Hop a day in my life, and I never will.
Well, I watch it because, you know, my girl be watching that shit. So, you know, your girl watching it, you just happen to be watching it too. So it's like,
I fall asleep.
I'm like, yo, I was like, yo, can these motherfuckers go in the studio once? Can y'all make some music, please?
Exactly. They do everything else except for that.
Dude, I would go to Oswald Penitentiary in real life, hanging out with Adebisi before I watch that shit.
You're gonna have to make me fucking look for that dude Adebisi. You say speaking about him or mentioning him, I'll fucking have Adebisi pull up.
I fall asleep during the middle of the show, like 3 minutes in, I fall asleep.
Man, between Man, between that show, the Kardashians, and the Real Housewives, I'm like, good
That was a
lord.
nuclear bomb.
Yo, even my girl don't watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Even she don't watch that shit.
No.
It's like it's a line you gotta cross.
I watched one episode. I watched one episode of Total Divas, and it was like Natalia was wearing some sexy outfit in front of Tyson Kidd, and Tyson Kidd was like, "Nah, I'm good." I was like, "The fuck is this?"
Yeah, she's like, yo, my dude, are you serious? I guess I get it. No, I don't even get that shit. Cause it's like, come on, my dude. Like, I'm attracted to my lady after all this damn time, and it's like, if you're not attracted to your lady, what are we doing here? Like, well, y'all just together just to be convenient. You know, it's cheaper to keep her.
You know what's crazy? Brian Danielson was actually talking about what reality shows are really like when he was filming Total Bellas with his wife.
Mhm.
And
I actually like Total Divas a little bit, though. Don't get me wrong. I actually liked it a little bit. But go ahead.
no, but he was talking about how fake it is, man. About how everything you see is not real, and how the arguments and the segments are just manufactured heavily.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like, bro,
I agree.
because I'm just like, ain't no way in hell this is like. And you got people that are so slow that think that this shit is real. I'm like, come
The funniest skit of all time was when Dave Chappelle was playing Dylan. I said, "Name the 5 greatest rappers of all time." Dylan. I spit on fire.
He another motherfucker that's mad quiet. Like when Diddy was going through all that, well, he's still going through it. You know,
Right.
all those accusations and all that shit. He's like, I still ride for Bad Boy. I'm Bad Boy for life. And then when that tape came out, where you at?
It don't matter. He can't. It don't matter. He can't be canceled. Dave Chappelle. Between him and Eminem, he can't.
Yeah, he was saying that he never said that. What this dude Dave Chappelle was saying. He said he was mad at Chappelle for saying that. Like, yo, I never even said that. Like when it comes to he spit hot fire and he basically named himself the top 5. Right. He said he never. I'm like, yo, Dylan. I told him that myself. I was like, yo, Dylan, you did say that. He's like, I never said that, my dude. I never said that. I'm like, I'm gonna look for it. I'm gonna look for that shit, my dude. Like you said that, Dylan.
Man, you think
Yeah,
Dave was
he
quiet?
said he never said that.
Man, you think Dave is quiet, man? Fucking Jay-Z's in the shadow realm. I can't even find that dude.
Because you can't say nothing because there's rumors out there, thanks to Nas, that he was eating Foxy Box when she was underage.
Yep.
So he
I didn't even know the game was on that fuck shit too, man. What man? Whatever, dude.
Go ahead,
so
talk your
happy
shit.
about
Go ahead.
Look, man, I love I thought the game was cool. I'm just confused. Why are so many fucking people weird, man? Why, man? You rich, you
Because
powerful,
it's like
you
money.
wealthy.
It's like, yeah, once they get that money, they feel like they, unfortunately. And this motherfuckers like that, it's just like they never really had money before. So when they had never had money before, they never owned anything before, they act out. That's how they always been. But they didn't want to get compromised.
Real quick, R.I.P. to Adrian Broner's career.
Yeah, I heard this goofy ass like he needs to shut it down.
How in the fuck do you get a right hook, knock your 2 front teeth out, and thought that you won the fight?
Oh. I fell down the Russell Simmons rabbit hole the other day.
Oh God. You probably still there. I'm gonna try to extend the rope. I'm gonna tie some knots to the rope to make it much more longer pause and help you out of there. Because you never get out of that rabbit hole.
Jeez.
What happened though? What'd you find?
Oh, nothing. I never really followed him like that. So I just watched the video that just went over like every single allegation, and I'm just like, man, why are there so many powerful, wealthy, like black men that are just obsessed with talking with underage girls? Man, y'all fucking weird, man.
Right.
Fucking weirdos.
Yeah. And they have daughters. Like, yo, you got daughters, you got little cousins, whatever, What like, but when dude with a dude or a female, whatever, does the same thing to your family, now you want to be mad. It don't work
Do
like
you,
that.
real quick, Sandman, do you think that all these rappers getting daughters all of a sudden is a punishment set from above?
Of course. I do think that, yes. I do think that because it's like, okay, let's see if you have that same type of smoke. And they, you know what I mean? That's when they want to be like, oh, holier than thou. And shots go out to Ray J. I'm not saying he was going after underage girls, but I'm saying that him having I don't know how much daughters he has. Maybe I know he at least has one daughter. And he regret the whole Kim Kardashian shit with the sex tape and all that. You know what I'm saying? He went on I forgot what platform he was on, but he had mentioned that, and he was like, you know what, now that I'm a father with a daughter, you know what I'm saying, I wouldn't want my daughter to go through no embarrassing shit like that. Not verbatim, but he might as well have said that. Like he's seen the error in his ways.
So because like Kobe had nothing but girls, was that God punishing him for the rape trial?
I think Triple H was punished for sure because he only's got daughters. That's
he got number daughters, right?
Yeah, that's his karma right there.
He did China filthy, yo, filthy.
Nah, Vince did fucking Trish Stratus worse. Jesus.
Hey, she came back, so she alright.
Bark like a dog. Like, oh shit.
I'll give China that. China didn't come back. When China was done, she was done.
The only thing I wish we could have told China, if we could have gotten a time machine and somehow communicated with her back then, like what Trips did was wrong, but I would have been like, hey man, look at it this way. This dude wants to be in the business forever. Like, do you want to be in the business forever? Because wrestling isn't meant to be forever for everybody. Yeah. For most people, it's just a part of their life, and then their wrestling career ends and they move on. But Triple H, like, he lives and sleeps the business. So ideally, if that situation with Stephanie never happened, it's like, are you willing to sacrifice whatever opportunity you want to be with a guy who just wants to be in wrestling forever? So in a weird, fucked up way, not that I'm defending what he did, in a fucked up way, he kind of did China a favor. It's just the way he went about it was just still fucked up, though. You know.
What I heard though, like according to like one of China's friends, he said that Triple H extended an olive branch to China, putting her in the Hall of Fame. It was Stephanie who said no.
Yeah, I heard about that too. And it's like, dag, Stephanie, like, you got the man, y'all got kids. Like, come on. You won. It's over. You won. Why still be petty? And if that's true, that's a pettiness she got from a fucking punk ass father.
Yep.
Then like backstage, like Triple H
because she knows that she wasn't his. That's the difference between girls and guys. Girls, low key, they'll feel spiteful if they know they weren't the first choice. She was not the first choice. So,
and that's the thing. It's like, so what? It's like, if she wasn't the first choice, then like, how could you be mad? Like, he didn't know you before he knew China.
But then, like backstage, Triple H would always be apologetic to China.
Yeah, but you can apologize as much as you want. You know what I'm saying? But it's like the damage is already done. She had that hole in her heart forever. Now, I would say this about China. God rest her soul. Her smashing the homies didn't make it any better either.
Right.
Yeah, her smashing X-Pac was
and making a whole sex tape and all that. That's what she was like.
That's weird.
It was like, what, you trying to make Triple H jealous? Like, what you got going on here?
I've always thought that's jealous. I've always thought that's a weird thing when you have like a group of guy friends and like one girl has dated one guy in that group. It doesn't work out. Then she dates another guy from that same group. Like, to me, that's like
community hoe.
I've never liked that. I've never liked that. I don't care if you're not with that person anymore. It's like, dude, like, there's like fucking a million bitches on the planet. Like, go fuck somebody else. Like, seriously, it's just weird. It's weird.
Yeah, Yeah, because it's like that's how you know he always wanted to smash her all along. He was just waiting for her to get free.
Right.
Yo, real quick, Hayabusa was in ECW.
Yeah, he was for a cup of tea.
Shit,
Because
ECW snatched up a few people.
Like I seen him in a tag team match with RBD and Sabu. I was like, huh. He was in ECW?
What the hell happened to TKO? I guess he had to go finish eating them tacos.
But then I watched a couple of bad matches. I still haven't found Nails versus Giant Gonzalez. I'm still looking for that.
I don't even know why you want to do that. They probably did like 2 moves apiece that whole match.
They really shouldn't have stopped Nails. They should have let him finish the job on Vince.
That was the G1. That match was in the G1 climax. How was that in the G1 climax?
Yeah, like how the fuck really like yo, I ain't gonna lie, I gotta fucking you got me thinking I gotta look for that shit now because Nails being in the G1 climax, he had to have at least more than one move. Because the last time I checked, that's all he had was one move, the choke. That's it. He would choke your ass to death, though.
Like I find out that about it.
He should have been in the Friday movie.
Like I find out about it through Brian Alvarez. Like Brian Alvarez said. So I found a match between Nails and Giant Gonzalez in the G1 climax. I'm like, wait, what?
Right.
Giant Gonzalez, the fuck?
Giant Gonzalez.
The Giant Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
So you thought you had went to go get some more tacos. What type of tacos you had? Yeah, you know I love shrimp tacos and I love beef tacos too, pause, but I like shrimp and lobster tacos.
Well, I kind of switched it up today. I had turkey. I had ground turkey tacos today.
Oh wow.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, it's fire.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot to mention shout outs to Ricochet for the Lex Steel moans after Braun Breaker killed him. He was like, the fuck that was, Ricochet. But
speaking of Ricochet, I want to know how
Virgo babe.
Speaking of Ricochet, I want to know how y'all feel about the Andrew Tate comparison.
Y'all motherfuckers need to stop being a mole and shout us out. At least shout us the fuck out. Like, come on now. Come on. My dude Toph was the only motherfucker that said that shit. Nobody else said it. Stop playing with us, yo. Y'all watching and y'all listening. Y'all know y'all are doing that shit. Y'all just taking motherfuckers' ideas without even showing no damn love.
I'm telling you, I better get credit for WWE if Punk screws Drew. Pause.
Well, that's not really nothing too crazy because everybody
No.
It's got to be something specific that only a fan would like say, like street business.
Okay, I'll say that. Okay, I'll say something.
Right, like perfect example, like street business. There you go.
Shit, man. Let me hear street business on SmackDown one time.
You're not gonna hear it. You're gonna hear the pride for the
the pride.
Oh God, man.
The pride.
But Toph was shooting that idea for weeks. He was like, "Yeah, man, he gotta have that Andrew Tate character." I'm telling you, it'll work.
And then the next thing you know, somebody posted a meme.
Oh
yeah.
Oh, speaking of that, last night, even though Truth his whole gimmick is supposed to be he's stupid, he said we facing the APA tonight in reference to the Authors of Pain, and we were talking about how if they were the new APA, they get over. So we see.
Yo, I'm telling you, they'll watch. Look, it's 7 people in the chat. At least 2 of the motherfuckers is in the damn chat or in the bushes. They're taking down notes of what we're saying right now.
I'm telling you, WWE is in the chat going like, these niggas are wildin'.
WWE, AEW, Triple H, Tony Khan. We have no dog in the fight. Y'all could both send us checks. You could rotate. It's 4 of us. It's 4 of us here. You can rotate every week with us, man.
Like,
Exactly.
Triple H look, Tony Khan look, niggas be wildin'.
The fuck? Like, y'all taking the ideas and running with this shit. Like, come on now, don't do that.
Shit,
because
man.
especially when I post certain content, like when it comes to my shorts, I definitely have the what you would call it, the username, whatever the case may be. We could find that actual content from the provider. I don't steal no content. I let motherfuckers know like, okay, this is courtesy of such and such. And Ballet said she hoped Gordon Ramsay ain't make those tacos. TKO.
Don't
Henny
worry.
God was good.
Don't worry. I made those tacos.
Which Foxy Brown?
The rapper, of course. Shit, Pam Grier is older than Jay Z.
And yes, I know how to make grilled cheese, by the way.
Yeah, that dude. I don't know what type of time Gordon Ramsay is on. You just can't fucking get two slices of cheese and two slices of bread and put butter on them and just put them on a fucking frying pan. I don't know what type of time he on. This dude had jalapenos, he had onions and green peppers and ribs. I'm like, my dude, what are you doing?
Was he making a grilled cheese? What kind of sandwich was he making?
That's it. He was making a McRib. That's what he was making, a McRib sandwich. That's what you fucking making.
McRib.
Yo, let me see if I can find this video real quick. I'm not even capping at all. Let me see real quick.
I've seen. I know what you're talking about.
The recent one, right?
Yeah.
Like a McRib is a heart attack waiting to happen.
Because the first one, he was like, yeah, I'm gonna put it in the oven for like 4 minutes. You're gonna put it in the oven for 4 minutes?
He was on that Boondocks itis shit where you get a heart attack. That's what he was on.
Like, don't get it fucked up. The sandwich looked good. You know, like a rib, ribs, with the cheese wasn't even melted. Like, it had cheese. You had ribs, you had cheese, you had peppers, a little bit of jalapenos. Like, if it's a short rib sandwich, cool. You could work with that. But you can't fucking serve that to me and say, hey, I made you some grilled cheese. I'm like, yo, my dude, that's not grilled cheese. What are you doing?
Right.
Right, Bally, that was a whole meal. Like, oh, yo, Ramsey, all you need is bread, cheese, butter. That's it. Put them on the frying pan. Make sure the frying pan is not too hot, so you get that nice golden buttery look on it, and that's it. You good to go. You donkey.
Yeah, like I just got some news that came across me. They said that King Von's sister ran up to Charleston White, but she didn't whoop his ass because the police was around him.
Oh yeah, Charleston White, he stayed around security and police. That's why we talking so much shit. And he got hella weapons too. A lot of the motherfuckers be on that type of time. They talk all that extra shit because they got weapons and all that shit on them. But it's like, yo, why you need a weapon for, my dude? Why we can't just knuckle up? What happened?
Yeah, just use your fist.
And I'm not saying that he should fight King Von's sister, but I'm talking about when it comes to other motherfuckers that he spoke shit about. Put up your hands. That's what I mean. Let's shoot the fair one. Why the law got to get involved? Why the weapons got to get involved? I'm not armed. You shouldn't be armed either. Come get this fucking ass whipping on camera too. The fuck.
Get that Sagat type ass whipping.
Yeah, that's how they do. You know what I'm saying? Ain't
bloody blow.
Isn't that ready? That's Ready to Rumble, right?
That the realest motherfucker was like no like that British MMA fighter. Is he British or is he something else? But like he had like
you gotta be more specific.
Like he's from. I'm trying to think of the guy's name. Hold on. Let me search for him and then just continue talking.
Okay.
But y'all heard about Sean Kingston? Sean Kingston had got locked up, but he had got bailed out a few days ago. Him and his mom
scamming people.
Yep. And it's like, yo, my dude, I didn't even know Beautiful Girls got over a billion and on YouTube.
I can believe that.
I'm
I
like,
can
wow.
too. I can
Because it's
too.
one of those songs that you can use like in any genre. And you can put it in any movie. It's one of those songs everybody's heard, but not even everyone. You know, like those songs you hear all the time, you don't even know who fucking sings it. It's
Oh
one
yeah,
of
of
those
course, yeah,
songs.
of course.
Yeah,
And it's family friend. That's the main thing. It's family friendly.
right.
So there you go. I was back in '89 watching movies all the time. Oh,
Yeah,
I
I
got found
remember
in
that
Bossford.
song. I mean, Sean Kingston didn't really have bad music, so
What happened to that other guy? He was really popular like in the 2000s, and he just disappeared. Uh, I could never understand a word he said. He did one track with Beyonce. Was he Jamaican? Sean Paul? Was that his name?
Sean
Busta
Paul. Yeah,
Rhymes.
he
Sean
did.
Paul.
He did a Tiny Desk concert recently.
Okay, I like this
Yeah.
music.
You
I know what the
do
fuck
you
you
do
were
the
saying.
second you do the second Sean Paul was no wait. Was it Sean Paul or was it Paul Wall?
Nah, Sean Paul. He's talking about that shit. The baby boy track that he did with Beyonce.
Yeah, that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's Sean Paul.
Shutting up on
Mhm.
I tell you, stop bugging on the furnace. This is the last time.
but the second Paul Wall got on a truck with Linda, not with Linda, but with Hulk Hogan's daughter. I was like, yeah, that's ball game over.
more black movies are popping in my head. Barbershop. That was another good one. Nice.
Yeah, they had a good
soundtrack as well.
soundtrack. They had a good
Yeah,
soundtrack.
yeah.
Barbershop.
Yeah, that's what we need more of, man. We need more. Well, I know soundtracks aren't coming back, but we need more like movies like that have like diverse types of music from
Banging
different
soundtracks.
generations.
Well, I'm on my music is on certain like movies, like when it comes to YouTube movies, some of my tracks is on there. So they still do adapt that idea about having a soundtrack to a particular movie. So it's still around, it's just not prominent like how it used to be.
Real quick, what video game had the best soundtrack?
honestly,
That's a good question.
honestly, to me, I think it's one of the SmackDown versus Raw soundtracks. I think it's 2006. Bruh.
Yeah, that was a good soundtrack. I got
That
one. I got another
is
one. The 2Ks be having good soundtracks. So NBA 2Ks, they be having really good soundtracks.
Better than GTA San Andreas?
Well,
This
San
up-
Andreas is full of hip hop records, so
No, they got R&B on there too. They got R&B.
I'm learning something new. I didn't even know those games had music. That's cool.
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
man, believe it or not, they actually had some of the main characters choose which songs they wanted on there. So
Oh, nice. That's cool.
Virgo Bay said Above the Rim is another. Yeah, I think Above the Rim got
Yeah, Above
one of
the
the
Rim.
best soundtracks.
ooh, wow.
Above the
Yeah.
rim.
Grand Theft, yeah, Grand Theft always have the like. I think every single Grand Theft got a really good soundtrack. Like when it comes to 3 and beyond, like when you
Yeah,
be in
5
your
has a good one
car
too.
and you turn on the radio. Yeah, I want my music.
What's-
That's what I'm trying to. I'm trying to get my music on Grand Theft.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be the good thing to do. More exposure
What
that
am
way.
I-
Hell
Sure.
yeah.
That would be lit.
What was that one movie Tyrese did with Megan Good? Waste something. Waste.
Yeah,
Waist
waist deep.
Waist deep.
I
Yeah,
call
yeah,
it.
that's
I
another
call
one.
it a deep. I call it a deep waist because that movie sucked.
It's all right.
No, I didn't mind the story was fine. It just had the wrong cast.
Yeah.
Because to me, the game was not a convincing bad guy. To me,
What do you call it? He called himself Big Meat. Pause.
The
The
rapper
game was too-
that alone
The
gave
reason-
it away.
Big
the
Meat.
reason why he wasn't convincing was because he was eating that fucking chocolate bar the whole movie. Like, what the hell?
Virgo said, "Waste of time." A deep
The
waste
best
of time.
But the best actor as a musician was Tupac. Above the
Yeah.
Rim was probably his best work.
I don't know. We gotta really think about that. Like,
Tupac-
yeah,
Was he
Pac was a
acting?
great actor.
What
Pac
was he
was a great
acting,
actor.
though? That's the question. Was he acting?
What, as Birdie?
Tupac and Above the Rim? You don't like
Yeah,
that?
he was great. He was great as Birdie. He was.
That's what makes him the best alone. Above the Rim makes Tupac the best the best act.
Well, what about Kid and Play?
Well, to me, who was the worst? Well, who was the worst if we're gonna go that way?
Nas.
Okay.
Nas is the worst actor ever. I don't care what nobody.
No,
Nas.
I would say Ja Rule, honestly.
Yeah, Ja Rule fucking sucked. Steve Harvey fucking sucked the most.
Ja Rule
Yo,
was
Virgo
terrible.
Bay said Will Smith has entered the chat.
You know what's funny about Ja? What's funny about Ja? People forget this. It's so funny, man, because it happened so many years ago. People may have forgot he was actually in the first Fast and Furious movie with that little cameo.
Yeah, he had a cameo.
Yeah, I remember
Right,
that.
and I forgot. Fucking John Singleton. John Singleton. God rest his soul. Rest in peace, John. He was the one that hooked up Ja for the cameo. And when they did the sequel, Too Fast, Too Furious, Ludacris was not supposed to be in the movie. It was supposed to be Ja. They wanted Ja. Yeah, they wanted Ja to return. But Ja, he blew him off because I guess he just was like, whatever. He didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal. But, I mean, to his credit, who could have thought Fast and Furious was going to become what it became? So
Right.
Ja said no, Ludacris said yes. And so now Ludacris is set for life because of the fucking
breaking
movie.
news.
Hold on, before you say breaking news, I want to ask this one thing, Tove. So I guess you trying to say like Ja's character was supposed to be Luda's character?
Basically, yeah, but they couldn't get him,
and that would have sucked immediately.
And to his defense, that was when Murder Inc. was basically like at their peak. They were like,
yeah, they was popping at that time. They was popping big time.
So I could see why Ja would be like, I don't fucking need this shit. But of course, who could have predicted what was going to happen with fucking Irv Gotti and also the fucking Fast movies blowing up like years later? I mean, what are the chances that actually, you know what I mean? So, but that's basically what happened. So Luda, he only has that role because Ja turned it down. So, but I think it worked out anyway because I can't see Ja as some fucking tech wizard. Ludacris plays that better anyway.
Go ahead, Black Star. What's the breaking news, Black Star?
For those who play soccer video games in particular, 2K has secured the license to FIFA.
Oh God, 2K is about to be the new Amazon when it comes to video games.
And starting next year with the FIFA World Cup, it's going to be FIFA World Cup 2K26.
Wow.
And that's what's going to start the new contract.
Yo, 2K be like, I ain't gonna lie, they was
over everything.
Yeah, and they should have. It's like, okay, from before, they was very formulaic when it comes to their gameplay, especially when it comes to WWE. But they just now starting to switch shit up more now. Like I remember I was telling Toph that from before, because Toph was saying like all the games seem the same, and I'm like, yeah, man, look the same, but trust and believe it's not. You know, they just started to switch shit up.
So basically, here's who owns what. 2K owns the NBA, WWE, and now FIFA. EA has the NFL, college sports, and the UFC. Nobody has boxing as of yet.
So who came out with that that new Undisputed game? What license is that under?
Like some indie company. Like I'm not too sure though.
You said nobody has boxing currently?
Like no AAA licensing company has boxing.
That's because nobody's fucking with boxing like that right now.
No. Well, they did come out with a new game. They came out with a new game recently called Undisputed.
And to be honest, why would anybody fuck with boxing right now? Look how
like there are rumors that EA is trying to get the license and bring out another fight.
I've talked about this like before with like friends and my personal life. Like I remember when I was a kid, boxing was big. It was still big as a teenager. Even when we were like young adults, it was still pretty big, and that shit fell off. I remember
I
had Tyson Fury. Is that his name? Tyson Fury?
Yeah, Tyson Fury, yeah.
MC King. Yeah, I remember like when WWE had, what was it, Braun Strowman versus Tyson Fury, and just so many people were like, who the fuck is Tyson Fury? Like hardly anybody knew who he was,
and he was a
like,
heavyweight champion. That's a sad thing. He was a heavyweight champion at the time.
I remember I was 7 years old. No, I was 6.
ADO was good. ADO.
I was 6 years old. And it was the last day of school, and our teachers was talking about Oscar De La Hoya versus Julio Cesar Chavez.
I think it's as a casual who doesn't really know much about that life. I think it's a combination of one, lack of star presence.
Fully machine gun boxing.
Right. A lot of these boxers don't have the charisma that they used to. Number 2, the popularity and success of UFC, MMA, mixed martial arts. So a lot of people who may have considered boxing may got recruited and ended up doing UFC, MMA instead. And then number 3, the fucking networks, they saw, like, I remember HBO used to have a channel just totally dedicated to boxing. I think it was called HBO Sports or some shit.
Yeah,
it was like
HBO
Sports.
Yeah.
Right, they got rid of that shit.
On Saturday, I guarantee you, Tove, TKO, and Sandman would have with their families would watch HBO Saturday Night Boxing every single fucking
I used to
Saturday.
watch that shit almost.
I remember
almost
HBO
every weekend,
used to have boxing. I remember Showtime. They used to show like boxing, like preliminaries and shit, and they just fucking disappeared.
I remember Showtime used to show certain big time fights for free. Like,
They show Tyson fights. Tyson fights will end in 5 seconds.
I ain't saying boxing's dead, because again, I don't fuck with it like that. But in America, like, that shit fell off hard. Really
I'll say boxing's dead because they got fucking YouTubers fighting guys that should kick their ass. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah,
I remember the night boxing died. And it was when Riddick Bowe got fucking his nuts speed bagged by Andrew Galata. You have to watch the clip on YouTube. Andrew Galata leaned into Riddick Bowe, like he was like leaning in, kind of like weighing his body weight on him. He drops his fist, right? And fucking gave him the greatest 1-2-3 combination to his nuts, pause, I have ever seen in my entire life.
One ball per punch.
I'll give a shout outs to Michael B. Jordan, because if it wasn't for the fucking Creed movies, I would have forgotten boxing was a sport. Dead ass.
Virgo Bay was saying, remember the boxing game Fight Night on PS3? Hell yeah, Fight Night Champion.
Yep, I do.
Fight Night Champion was that shit.
I remember Ready to Rumble boxing was pretty big back in the day.
Yeah.
I remember that game. That was my game.
Well, Afro Thunder.
That game was hilarious.
How I found out about Tigger was through Fight Night.
Yeah, then they had him as a secret boxer.
No, like he was the announcer. He was the announcer in
Yeah, he was a secret boxer also. You could pick him.
I think like in Fight Night, like 02, I believe.
Yeah,
like the first one for the PS2.
Right. Yeah, he was able to unlock him also to fight. Big Tigger. I had that shit. I used to be on that shit hard body when it come to Fight Night and like going back to what you were saying. Like, yeah, I used to watch HBO Sports, but I ain't a lot. Like when it came to like the Mexicans, when it comes to the undercard, dude, they used to go to war.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The Mexicans used to be fucking wildin'.
Them dudes was hungry, man.
Blocking was a foreign language.
Exactly. They used to, I swear, like it would be like 500 punches thrown, 450 landed. in one round.
Like I remember when Antonio Margarito threw 100 punches in one round. I was like, how the fuck do you do that?
Yeah, it'd be haymakers. The haymakers be coming in mad fast, man. Haymakers like, yo, relax.
Like, how the fuck do you throw 100 punches in one round? Do you even rest? What the fuck is this?
I'm an absolute casual, so I apologize to any boxing enthusiasts out there. I'm dead ass. The last time I even remember seeing boxing and any level of popularity or pop culture was that fucking thing from a couple of years ago where Floyd was calling out Conor McGregor. That guy
Conor
was
McGregor, yeah.
right.
And
That
he was
wasn't even that wasn't even like a real legit like boxing thing. That was just like, oh, here's a boxer calling out a UFC guy, and
Connor,
but
Connor said, I made Floyd fight like a Mexican. I was like, wait, what?
Yo, I got lie. Around that time, that's when I went back to New York to go visit, and we had like a barbecue and shit. You know what I'm saying? And we had the streets blocked off. So that was around the day. But when the night had hit, my people's shouts goes to my guy Banks. He had brung out the fucking TV and all that shit. Brung out the TV outside, hooked the TV up outside. Remind you, the streets are still blocked off. So we watching the fight from outside in the big ass screen TV.
I remember. I think the Clippers played the Spurs in Game 6, or no, Game 7 that night, and that was the night that Chris Paul went off and beat the Spurs by himself. Well, not by himself, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ballet said in the 80s, my parents used to order the pay-per-view boxing matches on Saturday nights.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like it used to be appointment. It used to be appointment television. You watch Sugar Ray Leonard versus Marvin Hagler. You would watch Sugar Ray Leonard versus Roberto Duran.
I want to say Roberto Duran. Yeah.
That's another thing too, because I mentioned that I think UFC played a big part because a lot of people who could have potentially been boxers ended up getting recruited by the UFC. I think UFC's existence has also affected pro wrestling.
Yeah, it did greatly
because
it affected both of them, boxing and wrestling. Yeah,
right. Because one of the things I keep, especially like from a lot of old heads, is like they look at modern wrestling, and it's not just AEW, but just modern wrestling in general. A lot of wrestlers, the average modern wrestler today is a lot smaller compared to what they were in the 90s or the 80s. And I'll see so many old heads who don't really watch wrestling like that anymore, and they'll be like, what happened to the big masculine dudes and shit like that? And it's like, most of them are in UFC, like who have any kind of charisma or any kind of like it factor or following and shit. Because in wrestling, like today, most big dudes we get, they suck. Like Jinder Mahal looks like it, like physically speaking, Jinder would have fit right in the 80s. He would have fit in like a Warrior, Hogan, Savage, and all those guys, the fucking Berserker.
He definitely would have been a top hit. Yeah, he would have been a top hit.
The funniest promo I ever heard in my entire life was when Daniel Cormier said to John Jones, he said, "You fight like a bitch."
He was supposed to show up in WWE. I don't know what happened with that.
He did.
Yeah.
He did it in the
did he go to NXT? For
a
little while? He went to NXT.
Went to NXT for the Fight Pit match, and he was cornering Matt Riddle. Yeah.
I could be wrong also. This could just also be the casual person in me, is that it always helps if a scene has a face that you can recognize. Like even if you don't know shit about that sport, you know who that person is. When I think of boxing, I always think about Don King. He was a hustler. You know, I associated Don King with boxing, like how I associated Vince McMahon with WWF or professional wrestling.
Yeah.
If you were to say who's the face of boxing now, I have no fucking clue.
Let me tell y'all a story about Don King. Okay? Now, this American fighter was fighting like this British fighter, right? And like it went into like the 12th round, and like the British fighter was beating the living fuck out of the American fighter, right? And like he went down to one knee, and I remember Don King saying, "Get the fuck up, get the fuck up."
And he had money invested in him. That's why he was spazzing.
Yeah.
And like nobody knew what was going on. The British fighter got his arm raised by Don King after the fight. And out of the corner of your eye, you would see the American fighter just collapse to the ground. What turns out is that he took too many punches to the skull and shut off his brain.
That's crazy.
And he was in the hospital in London for 10 days. Tell me how many times Don King visit him. Not once.
Shit, I'll be surprised if he even reached out to him via phone call.
Not a single time.
But Tyson Ben told everybody how this dude Don King gives it up. Like he said, he would sell his own mother out for $1.
And then they went
Don
back.
King don't give a fuck. Don King always been a fucking blood sucking leech.
They went back to him, right? I think it was like a few years later. He survived, but he's badly brain damaged. And he can't see.
That's sad.
So the British fighter went to visit him, and he said, "Who are you? Who are you?" And he said his name. And he said, "You tried to kill me." And you can just see the life just get out of that British fighter's eyes.
The
second that he said that. Because you don't know the damage that happened to him behind the scenes.
Right.
You don't realize.
And how old is Don King? Like 80 years old?
He's still alive. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like he's cool. He's down with the Boomaye Fight Club.
Right, but for better or worse, he was a recognizable face of the brand that even a casual like me knew who he was. Like I don't watch UFC, but I know who Dana White is. Most people know who he is. You know, boxing does not have that casual, recognizable figure that can make people go, "Oh, that's the boxing guy," or "That's the MMA guy." Like they don't have that face anymore. You know,
when Dana White said to Oscar De La Hoya, he said that cocaine.
I remember when Floyd Mayweather was popping off and he was the hottest thing in sports. And I remember the money team memes were all over the internet. Every time something was really expensive, like a hurricane would fuck up some random place in Puerto Rico, people would be like, "Oh, the money team will pay for whatever." Or there'll be like some really extravagant funeral or wedding and be, "Oh, the money team will pay." Just random funny stuff like that. Where like I didn't fuck with boxing, but I knew who Floyd Mayweather was. I knew who the money team was. You know,
remember Triple H? Triple H might be down with the money team still. Also, remember he down with the money team.
The money team down with Swerve. So yeah, no.
So Ballet said Don King is 92. Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
I've always thought this. The longer you live, the more fucked up things you did in life.
Probably.
I believe the older you get, the more fucked up way of thinking.
No, the more
that's a scary thing to think about, B. If you
the more
if
fucked
you're
up
right,
things you did in your
it's truthful because think about how many good people die young for no reason.
The good ones, God get them.
Yeah.
Right.
I guess we all ain't shit.
In some
but like some people live a long time just because they eat right and they do the right things. But sometimes you live to like you're to like 100, so God can make an example out of you.
Yeah, but that's a very small margin.
Shit.
Like Vince, God is gonna make an example out of it.
Well, at the end of the day, I don't mean to be too religious, but you know, we all sin. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? There's nobody greater under the sun than the next person. There's no one man above the crew. We all fall short in the eyes of God. So
that's why sometimes you gotta humble yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't be a hypocrite.
A hypocrite. I love that shit. I need a shirt like that, hypocrite.
Oh, I have a good one. Republican.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Oh, wow.
I got another one. Democrat, but when it comes to the crat part, you put the parentheses between the you know what I'm doing.
Right.
To have the rat part as its own word.
Yeah,
that's good.
There you go, B. Well, let's get up
out
of here, B.
I got one too.
Go ahead.
Democrat.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna pull up again for Friday. Matter of fact, before we get up out of here, what's the call looking like for Dynamite tomorrow? Like for those that give a fuck.
And how many times?
Will Ospreay versus Ray Phoenix for the.
Oh,
I'm in the second
that's
quarter.
gonna be a fun match. It's gonna be a fun
I'll
match.
be in the second quarter of the Mavericks Celtics game. By that time.
They got Will Ospreay versus Ray Phoenix tomorrow. They got Mercedes Moné going to be in action. Roosh is going to be in action.
Still in the second quarter, third quarter.
They got
Not true. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like this is so Sasha Banks. So Mercedes Moné. So she's gonna be in action 2 weeks back to back. Okay, I see you.
I'm still on strike, so I'm still going to be in the third quarter.
They got a trio. They got a 6-man tag. It's going to be. Hang on.
When you talking about Virgo Bay, you're better than a pedo and a murderer. What y'all got going on in the chat? Let me see what's going on in the chat.
What the fuck happened here? Did Virgo Bay turn heel?
Oh, God.
I think Virgo Bay been heel, if you ask me.
It's a Virgo thing. Wink, wink.
Right? Only Toph no Toph, he Virgo gang over there.
They got a trios match. It's going to be Orange Cassidy, Mark Briscoe, and Kyle O'Reilly versus Kyle Fletcher, Roddy Strong, and Takeshita.
Okay, like I'll be at halftime, so I'll check that match out.
That's around halftime.
And they got their TNT title qualifier.
Back to the game.
It's gonna be Jack Perry versus Dustin Rhodes.
Back to the game. I'll be in the third quarter.
Wait, oh my god. Wait, so Dustin Rhodes is gonna be in the tournament to qualify? What I guess.
I mean,
he's been. Go ahead.
I mean, it's not like Dustin Rhodes is taking opportunities from anybody. And
he's not. Yeah, he's not. And he can still go. He can still go. It's just that, like, how is that going to benefit this dude, Jack Perry? You know, him beating Dustin Rhodes. How does that benefit him?
The point is to get Jack Perry in. The point is just to get Jack Perry in the match, and plus, he's not beating anybody of importance.
I'm gonna need Jack Perry to stop doing this Raven pose shit, bro. You are not Raven. Knock that shit off, Jack.
Fuck. Anyways, that's it. That was a main event right there.
Yeah, that's the card. Unless you care about, it's also a Jericho segment. Unless you care about.
I don't. I really don't. I don't.
Okay,
thanks, guys.
At the beginning. I'll be at tip off.
Hi guys, how you doing, guys? Like my dude.
The delayed thanks, guys, does make me laugh. I'm gonna lie.
I'm gonna say this again. I want to see more Mina than Jericho.
Yes.
You say you want to see
Jericho at all?
You say you want to see what from Jericho?
That girl, Mina. I want to see more
now,
of her.
what you want to see is some HLA so we can get 3-minute warning. That's what you really want to see.
Oh, God.
Because the fucked up part is Tony Storm is so crazy. She'd do it too. She really would let Umaga and Rosie fuck her up. No Diddy. You know?
So Virgo.
Virgo
was talking about what I said. Virgo was saying that I'm referring to you saying no one is better than the next, and I'm saying I'm better than a murderer and a pedo. Granted, you're right. You're definitely right.
Yeah, you're all right.
But you know what they say in the Bible, all sins are equal, which I think is complete cap. Because you can't make equivalent to me stealing a candy bar to doing, what you just said. You know what I'm saying? Being a pedo or a Geppetto, or you be, off of motherfuckers, and it's not even self-defense.
AKA you be wildin'.
You know what I'm saying? There's one thing is not equivalent to the next. So when it comes to that, but that's another rabbit hole for another day. Because if we want to talk about that,
we'll be in here for another hour.
Don't even do it. Anyways, let's get up out of here, B. Let's shut shit down. We already went like 20 minutes overtime, but we had a great conversation, and I like how we integrate wrestling when it comes to we don't want to talk about wrestling. We also talk about music. We talk about social issues and pop culture, whatever the case may be. We integrate that shit, and as you can see, it does bring more people in, from the bushes or whatever. We have greater conversation. We have more of a dialogue. So I think we should continue on to when it comes to this. And we got, and you know what I'm saying. And then you got you, the sports guy. Keep us up to date with the sports. Yeah. And you know what I'm saying. But we need a female to pull up too, because we definitely need the female point of view from time to time. Like we will definitely, it's a female point of view is always needed. So y'all ladies out there that want to pull up to the table, if you got tough skin now, you gotta have tough skin, because you will get called out on your bullshit. It is what it is. It's like how
just ask me.
Just like how you call us out on our bullshit. It happens. It's all about great conversation and us, coming to a better understanding to the subjects that we bring up.
Right.
But other than that, we're gonna pull up on Friday, get y'all passports ready, B. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
On that
get your passports ready. I am not gonna be at the fucking airport by my fucking self.
Hey, I got
Black Star be wildin'.
I told you I had travel troubles with Tonga Loa. I told you I had travel troubles with. I had travel troubles with Tonga Loa. I told you, but
don't worry, Black Star. I'm sure you'll have McLean with you. Deleted scene, that hard too.
See, I didn't want to go there, Virgo. You went there. I didn't want to go there. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't really read their Bible, but I do from time to time. So we're not gonna go there.
I was in there at fucking customs with a fucking.
We out of here.
Let's get up out of here, B. Virgo then chased Topher. Topher's like, oh hell nah. It was like when Kurt Angle, like when Kurt Angle was at ECW.
Like Booker T. Like Booker T, you going 1-on-1? I got the other shit. Oh hell no.
You know what I'm saying? And B. See y'all on Friday, B. Don't be a twerp.
All righty.
Peace out, motherfuckers. As a matter of fact, for those out there in the chat, hey, y'all want to hear some music real quick before we get up out of here? Yes or no? Talk to me. What's up? Should I play some music to get us up out of here? ADO, Ballet, Virgo. Talk to me. Dynasty. Should I shut it down or play some music? Ballet said, yeah. Yeah, Ballet be loving the tracks. Yeah, I'll play some music. You know what I mean? Play some music before we get up out of here. All right, I got you, Ballet. Ballet the enforcer was like, let it work. Let we do what we do. I'll see y'all on Friday, B.
Yeah. God damn it. I'ma tell y'all niggas one thing. This is goddamn cutthroat McGillicuddy. Slap your bitch face. Make her look like silly putty. And I wanna give a big shout out to my nigga Conan Brooks. And got my nigga Sandman Illa Pardon me, listen, hold it down,
with
nigga.
this rap, I'm getting bored, give me the weed, yo. Monopoly, nobody stopping me. What you kicking is not hip-hop to me. Ali free Mayweather, nobody boxing me. Into a box, lyrically, physically, I'm the prophecy. Am I the greatest on the mic? Possibly, probably. Coke in this pure with a do not vibe with me. None of you niggas live to me. This nation's domination, Dwayne Johnson can't even rock with me. New York nigga, black mask with the do-rag. Act hard if we flaunt, we leaving body parts blue-black. I black my block back, I rack, cover your tracks. It's a fact, this boy snap for the racks. Pack on the back, packing a rack. No yak, it's fist to the face. Ace go with a black bat for trying to puffy get mace. Back the guard, ask the guards who's kicking it raw after all. They reply, Big Cole, J. Coney, and Nas. With the Bronx heavyweight salute when you see us. Balls like explosives attached to the speaker. It's hip-hop music, no, not trap. King Coney Brooks and the silverback of rap. With the Bronx heavyweight salute when you see us. Balls like explosives attached to the speaker. It's hip-hop music, no, not trap. King Coney Brooks and the silverback of rap. When I got the package, all I do is backflips. Hide my stacks in the hole of a mattress. Double in that bread that put cock in the actress. Coney Brooks and Sandman, yep, it's a classic. Living in the Bronx while using survival tactics. Either you can rap or put a ball in the basket. Rip apart your body and leave nothing but fragments. Cops ask questions, don't tell them what happened. Grew up scrapping rhymes and backpacking. Puncture your lung when I throw javelins. Look at him scared stiff, looking like a mannequin. Kinda like a bomb threat, cause you lose is panicking. Packing luggage and leave, go do some traveling. Terrorizing the Bronx with hip-hop savages. Know from how that marijuana in baby cabbages. Flipping that good, but that's why these haters mad at us. The name of my technique is called various. These rappers feminine and blow fairy dust. Get it together or get dismembered. Balls like the Hulk with a pissed off temper. Been wise just like an oh god that is high. Looks like Popeye and nice and Muay Thai. With the Bronx heavyweight salute when you see us. Balls like explosives attached to the speaker. It's hip-hop music, no, not trap. King Coney Brooks and the silverback of rap. With the Bronx heavyweight salute when you see us. Balls like explosives attached to the speaker. It's hip-hop music, no, not trap. King Coney Brooks and the silverback of rap.
If you win, I'll tell you where to find the number 2. If I win, I have your head. Do we have a deal?